Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of IO. Let's continue the story, and this time we're going to start a new game because something unlocked in Deathwag apparently. So we're going to check it out, and I was wished luck to finding out whatever there is. So we're going to try. I was considering like getting some like walkthrough to actually check that last thing, if this is the last thing. But for now, I will just go and do a lot of skipping and a lot of cutting for YouTube. So we'll see. Maybe I will get this by my own, maybe not. If this is going to take too long, I'll just take a walkthrough or something to not spend like 2 days on it or something. So yeah, let's continue. Let's go with the new game. Let's go with Deathwag and let's see what's new in store. So yeah, I start with the skipping as I mentioned, and that's a new option. Ah, well that was fast. Ah, wait, that's new? We came from over there. We need to return there. Wait, what? Isn't this the part where like last time we had the choice? We look at the Earth or we are looking at the moon? But anyway, we came from over there, or we need to return there. So both of these options are from the same perspective. It's just phrased differently. It's like we must return to this other place, or we are just like reminiscing of that other place. Where did this consciousness came from? The distance. Okay. I'll just save, because I'm saving on every choice for whatever reasons. So let's go and let's say that... Let's go with the simpler option, I would say, and let's just reminiscent about our place. So let's just say that we came from over there. That's right, we came from over there. Oh no, wait, we had this already. Why it was not... Wait, we had this option already? So why it was not with color? I'm confused. Anyway, skip time. YouTube, new thing happened. The sun and the moon became one, and Lem is talking to Andras. Okay. I don't know why chat on the stream is saying that I can just quit now. We'll see. Chat is wrong. I have new stuff, so this is good. All eyes open as soon as those words are muttered. There stands alone the row member. Pale-faced young man, that one guy was recently given the name Sin. He frowns as if he can't understand Lemo's words. Oh, just like giving Andras the... Okay. Why we have more Andras? Let me expect him to like understand something. This guy talks back too much. Make Lem mad one more time and Lems will turn you into a frog. Lem gives riddles to the row members from time to time. Okay. Why? Kids who answer correctly get rewarded. Kids who answer wrong get struck with punishment games. Okay, sure. It's usually just for fun, but this time it's a little different. This time... Yeah, that's the thing actually. Okay.
違うかな。あれれ、ところでお前。
Now notices something upon closer inspection of Sin.
ふむふむ。へえ。
Okay. After a short search, Lem realizes he's got something quite interesting integrated with his biocomputer. There's no earthly reason why he would put it there himself. You know, it's like a spyware after all. So, wait, so Lem figured out that... So this is after, like, we fought with Andras, and Ishtar and the rest of the criminal, like, put the spyware in his head, basically, to spy on the on the Dero, on the codes. Ah, okay, so Lem figured this out. It's been disabled, but it doesn't... Oh, it's been disabled. Oh, so this is like after the meeting, actually. So this is after the meeting when Dero figured out that he had a spyware. Okay, okay, I see. That doesn't seem like he's the one who disabled it. He probably never even noticed it. It was even set there in the first place. It's pretty much harmless, and it might even be useful for something. How about we use it, you know, for giggles? Okay.
ちょっとは黙ってられないのかよ君は。はいはい、じっとして。
Looks like Sin's misunderstanding something. He blushes and hastily prepares himself for something or another. Okay, sure. What Lem's gonna do with this spyware? Yeah, he's getting the... He thinks like he's getting the virtual fairy waifu.
は？もういいから目閉じる。
Sin freezes like an ice sculpture at the Sapporo Snow Festival and shuts his eyes super duper tight. And he sticks out his lips for some unknown reason, but Lem would rather not to think about it. And not like it makes her job any harder. Lem quietly accesses Sin's biocomputer and re-enables that disabled tool. Okay, so she just enabled this again? There's a comment left in the tool's source code. Let's take a look-see.
この作者のセンスは悪くない。
Yep.
終わったよ。
Sin stands still with a dumbfounded look on his face. What exactly was this guy expecting? Shish.
はい、じゃあまあそういうことなんで。
Lem flutters away, leaving Sin to mope around heartbroken. Okay, what? What did she do? She just wrote the message. I felt... Read the message. I felt like she's going to do something with this.
それにしても
Lem hears Sin muttering.
太陽と月が一緒になった写真を撮ってこいってそんなの無茶だよな。これじゃまるでかぐや姫の結婚の条件みたいだ。
Ah, not a bad example actually. Lem is in a good mood, so let's save the fabrication for later. Kaguya, your nights of gazing sorrowfully at the moon are coming to an end. For the Moon Messenger's day of arrival draws near. Okay. Why we get suddenly some random like Kaguya thingy. Okay, we skip again. We'll be back when we find something new. Back? We're back. Yayoi, Minata... Is this like... Okay, they were talking, we had Hinata for a while. Wife and child. Yeah, okay. There's a voice calling out to me from somewhere. On a certain server does exist a widely open fan site dedicated to Lem. We have like a lot of like Lem, new stuff with Lem actually. A visitor appears to have shown up there. I occasionally shown up there as well. Whenever I make my unexpected appearances, I actually chat with others and listen to them. Ficus is the cat and Capricious is the god. Me and the other me came in contact with the users that every once in a blue moon. And there, yeah. For me, who has learned many things, has many things yet to learn. This ritual is but a single necessary act. Necessary for what?
そうね。一
A pickle cat begins to move. I specify the site address and move there instantaneously. In this space, the real space, concepts of time and space have no jurisdiction. Lem's fortune telling reads the name of the website. Okay, so we have like the original the Lem fortune thing. When I get there, I see a small girl about 10 years old. Of course, I have no guarantee that's her real self in the same time. Yeah, her real self is the same. Standing in front of me. Is that Sakuya? The girl blinks rapidly at my sudden appearance. Who the fuck is this? Is it like backstory? Like this is like younger Sakuya or something? Like who is this? The hell? Maybe it's not? Who is that?
もちろん正解本当に妖精さんなんだね
She looks nothing like Sakuya, okay. I think like her eyes are similar? I don't remember. How Sakuya looks? I know, like, I think like she somehow looks similar. It's just different hairstyle than she have later. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not Sakuya, but some new character. Why would they introduce new character now? Like, what? I guess eyes shine as the shutter. Like, this is not some random character because she has a sprite. What's the deal with her? I flutter my wings in response to her admiration. Is this girl another member of the hero?
絶対に会えっこないなんて言われたから心配しちゃったよ絶対なんてありえっこないのにね後でお兄ちゃんに自慢しようっと
Okay, so we have a brother. She sure loves talking. She reminds me of how my little sister got whenever she was in a good mood. Of course, she wasn't my real little sister, but still. So yeah, so this Lem is Eresh, basically.
あなたもドローなの違うよ
Wow, it's really rare for a non-hero member to come here. Does that mean more and more people like her are slipping through the cracks? That would indeed be most excellent.
私は違うけどお兄ちゃんがねレムちゃんの追っかけなのそこなのもうとか言ってんの迷惑よね
Okay, so her big brother is one of the heroes. Then, I think. Okay. She's like Sakuya plus Mutsuki. I guess. Kinda look like Sakuya and personality fits for Mutsuki, I guess. Still, why we have her? Oh, I see.
そんなことないよ嬉しいよ
Truly.
レムちゃんは心が広いんだね
The girl pouted her lips. Perhaps she didn't find the answer of mine palatable. What was she hoping I would say?
ところで何の用世間話に来たってわけでもなさそうだけど
After all, this is a fortune-telling site. Each person who arrives here comes with the intention of learning their fortunes, their unconscious minds, and their suggested preparations for the future. And then, an automatic service tells their fortune with specially made CGI. Okay. This match is no different from the old fortune-telling site. What makes this one special is that occasionally the fortune-telling fairy Lem herself will perform it. Also, I just realized, I don't know if it's true or not, but even think about this, like, because Lem is a null, right, as well. Right? Right. Right. Like, nulls can, like, travel in time. That's why the fortune-telling makes sense. Like, they can literally tell the future. Like, they exist in future and in the past, so... Yeah, Lem can, like, give accurate fortune-tellings because she knows what's going to happen. At least, like, without, like, any alternations. from the third party. Lem encounters rate in Babylon is so extremely low that passionate Lem fans in Diro came here in hopes of having a chance to encounter with her. Well, naturally the probability of Lem coming to the site is rare as well. Therefore, it's sometimes hard to tell which of the site visitors are members of Diro and which visitors are people who want their fortunes told.
占ってほしくて。
Okay, this girl has a good luck.
せっかくだから私が占ってあげるわ。あなたの運勢でいいんでしょ。待って、
Okay,
違うの。
then what do you mean? Not quite.
私じゃなくて。
Ooh, interesting.
占うこともできる？ええ。ここにいない人でも？
Okay. Are you going to ask about like your brother's future or something?
問題ないけど、誰を？お兄ちゃん。
Yeah, but who's your Onichan though? Someone from Diro, it seems. Could this girl be?
実は最近お兄ちゃんの様子が変なの。
Okay.
もともと変な人なんだけど、近頃はなんていうか怖いの。
Okay.
前はレムちゃんの追っかけやってただけなのに、今は変な連中とつるんでるみたいで。
Sure.
顔色も悪くなる一方だし、家をしょっちゅう開けるし、あまり話もしなくなったし、変な宗教にハマっちゃったんじゃないかって。
I mean, that's what Diro is. That's a strange cult, yeah. To be fair, Diro almost is sort of a cult, yep. But let's not say that out
お
loud.
兄さんが心配なのね。うん。
Okay, I'm just going to call it now, just before like anything happened. If like her brother is like obsessed with lambs, acting strange, is weird, and like everything, like it's like her brother Andras. I swear. Her gentle milky white presence begins to quiver. I get her a wide smile. I don't mind this kind of stuff.
任せて。私がどうしたらいいか教えてあげる。
Impossible.
私には未来が見えるから。
I said that I said that and I stick my hands out. Scattered rectangular cards appear in the space between my hands.
ロットカード？
Okay, wow, we still have like wiki that we didn't had before. How this can be. 78 cards, arcanas. I don't really know much about tarot cards, to be honest. 22 cards, major arcana, 56 minor. 14th century Italy. In the modern times, there are cards used to fortune telling. Various meaning. Major arcana causes 21 cards from 1 to 21. Yeah. The Fool. The one card with no number called the Fool. Okay. Talking about tarot fortune telling, they're usually talking about the famous Celtic cross and hexagon methods. Okay. Arcana symbol of the 4 classical elements: swords, pentacles, cups, and clubs. Each with different numeric value and 4 court cards: king, queen, knight, page. The modern day playing cards models based of this, the knight and page being combined into the jack. Okay. The following from the major arcana was changed into the joker to... Hey! Hey, that's impossible to read. Unplayable. Was added and changed into the joker to... To what? To what? Well, I don't have another page. Io, you failed me. Where's my trivia? Is one of them adopted?
そう。この22枚の大アルカナがいろんな質問に答えてくれるの。ゲン。
I quickly shuffled the cards and lined them up in front of the girl.
さあ、質問を頭に強く思い浮かべて。それから1枚選んで。じゃあ、これ。
Let's see if this is going to be like Andra's future or something. The girl timidly picks a card.
質問はお兄ちゃんが元のお兄ちゃんに戻るにはどうしたらいいですか？
Okay, sure. I flip the card. In the background of the card art is the sea spreading through cyberspace. Infinite lights and fragments of letters. At the bottom is the fountain casting of light. In the center is the woman with different colored eyes. Oh! Ishtar? Or Yumi? Or Eresh? Actually, no, Eresh, no. She faces this way with an affectionate smile on her face. She holds a holy grail in each hand, data flowing back and forth between the two like water. The card is currently upside down. Temperance. And in the inverse position at that.
これは節制のカード。バランス、中立、自然、調整、天秤、倹約を意味するカードよ。利害、しがらみ、不安定とかって意味になる。
Okay.
それで
I close my eyes and slowly connect my consciousness to the spiritual dimension. You mean cyberspace? I imagine an equilateral triangle drawn between my eyes and up to my forehead. And in the center of my forehead, I try to feel the words that the card is trying to convey.
わけわかんないけど倹約しないと貧乏になるよってこと？で、それがお兄ちゃんのこととどう関係してくるの？静かに。はい。星の導くまま大いなる運命に身を委ね、揺らぐことのない正義の意志により悪魔の野望はついえ。
Guided by the stars, giving oneself up to almighty fate. Devil's ambition will fall apart due to unswaying courageous intentions. That kind of sounds like Mutsuki's future. Giving himself to almighty fate, like Enigma thing? Huh.
太陽と月は重なり、栄光の螺旋の先の先の先。あまねく上位の客観は健在し、世界の願いは成就せん。
Endless spiral. I wrote the objection manifest. I begin muttering disconnected words.
意味がわからないよ。
These are extreme, unintelligible images even to me. There's nothing conclusive to be gained here. I'm short of one important factor necessary to decipher this. I open my eyes and stare at the card. And then a single card lightly falls from the back of the Temperance card. Were the cards stuck together? Okay. What a coincidence. I pick it up to see the image of the expressionless man facing forward, his back to the cliff. In his right hand is the right hand is the shotgun. His left palm is raised, and his fingers are bent, as if he's beckoning someone. In the background is the witch's mist, positioned in the contrast to the sun and the crescent moon. There's an Irish wolf hunt standing behind his feet. Okay. Doggo trivia. Tallest of all breeds, dog body built for a solid for the greyhound and covered in the fur, from tail to snout. Intelligent, brave, yet have kind with specialist only 5 to 7 years to average. And they are beloved dogs who could hunt wolves. Okay, and in ancient Ireland they were known as the Cofoil, brave hunting dog. Perhaps because of their noted stature, they have been used in many stories about faithful dogs. The Fool ends in the inverse position. Has a shotgun in right hand. Oh. He/Hinata? That's weird. Like, who are you? Fickleness, unreality, a foolish act, confusion, and the rebirth of the period of the
これ
destruction.
どういう意味？
Wait, the full card is 0. Isn't it the null card? In essence-wise, it's better to think of it as the imaginary number than rather 0. I asked the philosophical question, does 0 exist or not? Logically, it said not to exist, but arithmetically it said to exist, yeah. Null certainly exists, even though it's invisible to an eye. I am immediately reminded of him, okay?
あなたのお兄さん、とても大きなことに巻き込まれることになる。
When is this happening?
ひょっとしたら、もうす
Timeline-wise, like, where are we? What the hell are you?
決して絶望はしないで。何もかも全部あるべきところに収まるの。彼らがそれを果たしてくれる。本当？うん。私たちは私たちにできることを精一杯頑張る。
I don't get why we are introducing new character at this point in the game. Like, what? The girl notes. As I smile, I think to myself, I see what waits for us at the end of our advance is the influence he bestows upon the world, including that girl's brother, will likely exceed its limit. Okay.
私に話せることをみんな話すつもりよ。
Okay, and now we are back to he/Hinata listening to the backstory that Yayoi hologram was giving. So we're going to skip again because we had the scene. We figured out. Oh, never mind. No.
俗に言う姉妹のちぎりってやつで。
Never mind. Never mind. I didn't have to stop recording. New stuff again. Ereshkigal gave Akari the rosary. That's what commonly called the sister's bow. I had no idea. Okay.
もっともあかりにはエレシキガルが共感を抱くだけの素質があったんだけどね。あかりはエレシキガルと同じ能力を持ってたの。イマジナリービジョン。彼女の色の違う方の目には気配を読み取る力があかりがイシュタルを名乗るようになったのも神話のイシュタルがエレシキガルの妹だったからだし、実際あかりはエレシキガルをお姉様と呼んでた。
Yeah, we know. Anunnaki is almost entirely comprised of women. Therefore, a world with such the aesthetic, worldview and relationship might in a certain sense have been natural. I, who only knows about the world of girls' schools and monasteries, and the like from the simple objective data perspective, I can't really think about it that well, but for now it makes sense.
私たちはそんな二人を微笑ましく見てたんだけど、全能に対する欲
I
求と
forgot to change chat
自尊
mode.
心の強かった司だけは、あの姉妹の間に交わされる秘密のニュアンスに我慢ならなかったよね。
Sorry, I got distracted by chat. One moment. Does let me present a strong system?
あ
Okay.
る日、司は自らの相棒をサイバー化した。
Yeah, we know that.
イマジナリービジョンとそれだけで満足できなかったのか、やがて司は体の至るところを擬態化し、超人的な身体能力を得ていったの。
I don't think we knew that she did to herself basically the same thing that was done to Hinata. I don't think we knew that she was like basically a cyborg. I guess now we know why she's aura farming so hard. She's basically a superhuman. Now that makes sense.
と思いのままに操れない自分の体を嫌ってたのね。彼女は肉体はともかく心は男性のそれだったのだから。だから徐々に人間を捨てていったのよ。願いを叶えてもらう代わりに悪魔に魂を売り渡していくみたいにね。
We knew? I don't remember.
でも当時の私とエアにはそれが理解できなかった。一人単独でもがいてる司。私たちは置いてきぼりを食らったみたいに寂しい気持ちになった。
Alright, wait, in the previous road, like, she was like bleeding all over the place, right? Or something. Because like of her like cybernized parts connections or something. That was not only Hinata who was like bleeding all over the place. Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe that was the part. Yeah, okay.
司の独身ドッポは3人の間に微妙な感情のしこりを残すという結果しか生まなかったの。
Sensei then let out the long puff of smoke. The way she is now, she probably can understand and accept that part of Izumo.
2028年。4年前のことよ。
Oh,
順風。
okay. A little bit of like backstory. Oh, God damn it!
ムツキには常人ならざる才能を感じたわ。イマジナリービジョンを持たない私にさえひしひしと伝わってくるくらいに。
Okay.
ひょっとしたら昔エレシキガルの
Mirror image
そ
twin.
の双子の IC かもしれない。そう思ったわ。
Mirror image twin. There's like, you remember like there's like this one CGI in the previous episode I was like wondering that we got? Like we had like Mutsuki looking like being like at the mirror with like Sakuya. Is this related to that? Mutsuki. She might be one of those mirror image twin I see. What's the mirror image twin? If a fertilized egg splits into two separate eggs between 10-12 days after fertilization, the two eggs will share one placenta and will develop as identical twins. Okay, never mind. Because Mutsuki is an identical twin with Hinata. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. So that's just that thing that we learned like in B prime? Or A prime? A prime. They will practically be mirror images of one another. They will have the same dominant hand, their hair will grow out in the same way, and they will share the same palm lines. While they are very few and far between, there have been some instances where twins' internal organs are symmetrically arranged. Incidentally, if the fertilized egg splits only 9 days after fertilization, the eggs will develop with separate placentas and thus will not result in identical twins. Okay. Okay, never mind. So this is just about Mutsuki and Hinata. Okay.
ごく稀に希少な IC の中でもさらに低確率ってことよ。そしてその IC の双子は双方とも桁違いの能力を秘めてるんだそうよ。
Comparable abilities? Mirroring imaginary children, IC bonus the mirror image twins are gifted with the net adaptability at the super genius level. Okay, but this is unknown. Why only MICs? So we have like new version. We have MIC now. Are gifted with this sort of ability. One theory says that these twins unconsciously share minds. Now there wasn't that much of a genius. That was he who was a genius. Two-thirds of the brain is unused. It is put forth that unleashing these unused sections grants the expression of extrasensory perception. MICs appear to have done just that. However, it is actually not their own unused brain that they use. Wait, what? But the unused brain of their twin. What the fuck is happening? Wait, what? In other words, a pair of the MC's brains are connected to each other through something resembling telepathy. He was insane. He was insane at studying. Hinata absolutely was. Oh, okay. I thought like about this as like genius for like being IC as the like hacking and like in cyberspace. Okay, it's just considered like in general being a genius. Okay. Now, that fits then. Through this telepathy, the twins holds the deeper bond, commonly referring to the synchronicity, like PCs wirelessly connected through the VLAN. The twins can multitask in parallel to complete complex calculations together. This can neither be confirmed nor refuted. So also that's probably why Musuke could like appear in Hinata like dreams and stuff because of this connection.
なぜそうなのかエレシキガルは詳しく教えてくれなかったけど、ひょっとしたら2人は無意識のレベルで強く深くマルチコアプロセッサみたいにシングルコアな私たちよりも高い能力を持っているのかもしれない。まあ口頭無形な仮説だけどね。
But if all of people should be more or less understand this authenticity, right? Look at the sensei seems to be
私
saying
たちは
that.
誰一人としてムツキの参入を拒絶しなかった。
Okay, and we can skip
だっ
this.
て
Okay. So YouTube, cut. I should have not cut. YouTube. We're back again, instantly. I need to remember something. The fact that Babylonian servos quantum computer was apparently only known by those involved with this. Why is leave me shaken? I need to remember something. So he's like searching for like Ashur memories probably. Oh, Mutsuki, okay, sure. Close enough. Za? Yep, there's Ashur. Isaiah. Okay, so he remembers his name. My body's trembling like crazy. My heart pounds like a jackhammer over and over again. I can't breathe very well. Am I hyperventilating? I'm dizzy. My throat is parched and it feels like it has a rope wrapped around it. I can't speak. To think that I who am omnipotent in cyberspace, would be reduced to this. Did I go for a near-death experience because of the quantum computer? My mind feels like it's been torn out and is flying away. I let out a scream as if I'm dying, as if I'm about to collapse. This is bad at this rate. The instant I perceive danger, I straighten my back and sit with my legs crossed, so they're parallel to the floor. After that, I bring my hands to my ears, rub the back of my neck and begin to draw my shoulders back. I bring my thumb and pinky together to make the ring, then point my index finger and the middle finger straight up to heavens, as if I'm piercing them. Sure. I close my eyes and focus my entire consciousness to the area on the top of my head. After that, I take a deep breaths over and over again. So, are we still like in like what if scenario, or these are just like missing parts from like original Erode that we had? So at this point in time, he understood that he's Isaiah. Like this is the part, and we just didn't knew that he figured it out already here. He got his memories back. I can't tell. I don't remember if like his behavior changed after this. It seems I've managed to calm down. My system was on the verge of going berserk there. But I never thought that the oriental mental control methods that I learned a while back, just for the sake of knowing it, would come handy in a situation like this. A quantum computer and his past. Yeah. Okay. Budubek catch. What the hell? Also, this is not an E prime. This is just road E. I just realized. Okay, I will save sister. Trust in myself, in my sister, and in him. I'll be our goal for reality for me and for everybody else. Okay. I'm a crow. A black crow. A blind black crow trapped in the cage. Eresh? Because blind thing? And also trapped in cage, like in the pod. Maybe not in Enigma yet. But, you know, just trapped in the cyberspace. She wanted to be there, but anyway. A black crow that will never fly into the sky, nor never will see the sun. For me, who's been blind since birth, the entire world is wrapped in darkness. All I can do is imagine everything. Yeah, this is Eresh. As far as I was concerned, my father's face, my mother's face, and even my own were objects I could only call to my mind. And I believe that's why I've always tried my best to try calling them to my mind. I confirmed the existence of the world around me by touching faces, listening to voices, smelling scents, and speaking to others. I tried to feel with my entire body. I don't remember when it was, but before long, I reached a point where I could see something in the darkness. Something like swaying heat haze that was released from the outline of the people's bodies. Oh! Eresh also had the imaginary vision. It was completely different from person to person, their colors were different. There were red, blue, light red, and white people. However, since I had never experienced colors, never experienced light, this must sound odd for me to say that I could recognize colors. But for some reason, I could clearly tell that something was this color. The colors weren't limited to humans alone. As long as something was a living being, it had a color. Each color felt as if it had some relation to the foundation of the person releasing that color. For example, passionate people were red, while intellectual, cool-headed people were blue. Perhaps each color represents the color of their hearts. Maybe my unseeing eyes were by nature meant to see the unseen heart. Okay. Also, now I think about this, weren't like seeing auras or something also a thing in like this era at some point? Was it like Reinhardt was like seeing like colors of others, or was that no? That was Rusauka, right? Yeah, Rusauka like saw like some kind of like aura or something, if I remember correctly. And thus, I reached a point where I could experience the world with colors. But because of that ability, I was imprisoned in cage. It got to the point where people called me a witch behind my back. Because it was the power that people shouldn't have. No, that's not quite it. It was power that people shouldn't know you have, I'm sure. And when I was 12 years old, that is 10 years ago, okay, so she's 22. I was in New York City. Around the time, it became somewhat of a hobby for me to secretly sneak out of the institution every now and then, just to walk around the nearby parts of the city for a bit. I would dress in my favorite black clothes and gaze at the world's colors, because I simply came to dread my everyday words sounded by walls. Fortunately, I faced almost none of the issues and concerns commonly associated with the blind, and when it comes to my day-to-day life, I was given considerable freedom despite being restricted to the indoors. And what's more, there was someone working with me who understood me well. At that time, there was a Japanese man around 30 with a kind voice, there for a short while, who moved to the facility for his job. Japan was my homeland. Okay. He told me stories about Japan and taught me many things. He talked about how many words was beautiful and how the world was so beautiful and yet so contaminated at the same time. About it contained an equal amount of light and darkness. Thanks to the man, I became able to approach everything with multiple perspectives. It was also around the time I came into contact with the computers. Who? Like, wait, what? What do you mean, who? Like, if this is Eresh, then I assume, like, this is the... Like... She met Nergal or something at this point. Maybe she met Nergal here. I don't know. He always had a calm, clear way of talking, but had a secret passion deep down and had a big dream he wanted to try accomplish, even if it took him his whole life. He would often say this: "You greatly resemble my daughter." Okay, maybe not Nergal. So some random guy, okay. No, when I say you resemble her, I don't mean by looks or voice or anything like that. There's a big gap in your ages, and she's not the only child like you. She got an older twin brother. Maybe that's why she's very spoiled. Oh wait, so this is Hinata and Mutsuki dad? I forgot his name already, but yeah, the dad? She got older twin brother, yeah. Okay, so Eresh met with the Mitsuhiko, right? I think like his name was or whatever. Okay, but I think you resemble each other. How they put it, your atmosphere, your presence. It's hard to put it into words, but maybe you meant that our souls resemble each other. Well, when I said that, the man. You see, it might be it. If souls truly exist, that is. Said this and laugh. I think that souls exist. Because they don't, then what exactly is the significance besides the colors I see? Whenever I went to go outside, the man never tried to stop me. Quite a contradictory. He would secretly guide me in and out. I'm sure that he probably felt pity when he saw how I've been confined within the walls and fences for a long time. Or perhaps I overlapped with the figure of his daughter in Japan. It was clear, simply beautiful morning that day. Excitement wrapped up my heart, as if I felt something was going to happen. I changed into my favorite black clothes, as always, and go outside with the man's help. How do you know you are wearing black clothes if you are blind? Simple question. What if someone lied to you, like you went to shop and like they told you like you're buying black clothes, but they are pink really? White cane in hand, I slowly walk down the familiar streets, heading for the large park with the tree-lined streets. The sun must have been shining brilliantly, as I felt the warm sunlight buffing my whole body. Our meeting was sudden. It happened practically the instant I treaded up on the tree-lined street. I bumped into someone and fell over. So this is the part where we met with Isaiah, I assume? I couldn't believe it. I have my cane for identifying inanimate objects without a soul, and I can see the colors of living creatures, so how did I fail to see the colors for the first time ever? Yeah, this is Isaiah. The surprise of the unexpected event sent me into flustered panic. When I came to my senses, my cane was missing. I felt overwhelmed. You buy them online. Or that. Sure. Without my cane, I have no way to go back. Should I tell someone what happened and get them to lead me back? No, I couldn't trust strangers. I had to guarantee that they'd actually take me back to the institute. In order to cheer up myself... Wait, what institute? In order to cheer up myself and hold back the tears, I desperately thought things over. At that moment, someone put my trusted cane into my hands. It is, yep, okay. New CG. I was startled. Who was it? So this is the meeting of Isaiah and Eresh as the kids. Okay, I see. Cool. Isaiah went from having no aura to having all aura. Pretty much. I checked my surroundings, but there was no one around me. I couldn't see any colors. Just like earlier, I was horrified at the thought maybe I can no longer see colors. But I could recognize the colors of several people, just a little bit in the distance. It felt like if they were all looking this way, trying to read the situation. What's going on? I was taken aback. Could it be? Could the one who returned my cane have no color? Could they be transparent like the crystal? What's more, the one I bumped into earlier was this person as well. I fell into confusion once more. And he cannot speak, if I remember correctly. This has never happened before, and yet, even if someone's color was black, I would be able to tell if it was there. And yet, For some reason this person's soul was completely clear, as if all colors just passed through them. Just what kind of person could they be? I found my interest quite piqued. Before long, someone took my hand and slowly tried to help me up my feet. The instant our hands come into contact, I could feel their warmth, their breath of life. And those gentle hands took thoughtful care to bring me up slowly, so as not to startle me, even taking my center of balance into consideration. That person said not a single word, and yet they managed to convey their intentions to me. Okay. So it's already okay, I didn't mean to do that. Wasn't paying attention. No, so he can speak. No, wait, that's just what she thinks, he says. I don't remember, like... Yeah, Isaiah was unable to speak, I think. I gave them a sweet smile and nodded. Yes, understand, you are not a bad person. Thank you. No, I should be thanking you. We had a heart-to-heart conversation through hand-to-hand contact. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I remember correctly. I firmly stared at the one who was surely standing in front of me. Of course, I couldn't see anything, not their color nor their face, but I still stared. Suddenly I could feel my heart spring up. It somewhat felt as if that person was staring at me as well. The instant I thought that, my heartbeat accelerated a bit, my cheeks got slightly warm. Did I catch a fever? My heart was restless. Just what is this feeling? This feeling? The silence was painful, so painful. As my fluttering heart lay victim to the triflings of these unknown emotions, it felt as if the person in front of me had started to walk away. Oh wait, please, at the very least, tell me your name. My voice got cut in my throat and refused to come out. I couldn't chase after that person. My legs were too rigid to do so. What has happened to me? It feels like my chest had burst open. Why? I took the breaths over and over again, and waited for my heart to calm down. Once I collected myself, I tried calling out to a woman. I can also tell genders by the atmosphere of each color nearby who was watching us the whole time.
さっき私を助け起こしてくれた人、
Okay.
どんな人でした？
えあそうね。あなたくらいの年の男の子だったわよ。
男の子。
綺麗なブロンドの髪をしたちょっと影のある感じのなかなかハンサムな子だったわね。
そうですか。
The adjective handsome didn't quite help build a distance mental image, so I felt sad.
あの男の子どうやら喋れなかったみたい。あなたにぶつかった時とても慌てて必死に喋りかけようとしていたもの。
そうなんですか。それで
見かねて私が助けに入ろうとすると手を突き出して止めたのよ。これは僕のせいだからみたいな目をしながら責任感のある。
Okay.
あの子あなたに何か伝えたかったんじゃないかな。去り際何度も何度も振り返ってたのよ。
そうだったんですか。
He began aura farm. When I heard that, I felt a slight sensation of salvation. Perhaps he might have had the same feelings
あ
I
り
did.
がとうございました。いろいろと。
いいえどういたしまして。さっき何もしてあげられなくて。
いえ、そんな。あ、そうだ。もう一つだけ聞いてもいいです。あの男の子、何色の服を着てました？
Okay.
色？白。雲みたいに
そうですか。
But that came to my mind right away. It wasn't a cloud, but an angel wrapped up in the dazzling, shining feathers. It's Michelle. No, okay. God damn it. So basically he started Aura Farm to get noticed by her. Yeah. I had only heard about them in hearsay and such, but I could clearly picture that divine image in my mind. That night I talked to the man about what happened. He quietly listened to my story, and at the end he said, "That was quite an encounter, huh? What is this strange, restless feeling? It happens whenever I think about that boy. The man gave me a sweet smile and said, you will eventually understand. For now, just treasure that thing. Shortly afterwards, I left New York City. I kept moving from country to country over and over again in a short span of time. I was handed around all over the world under the pretext of finding a cure for me. I just thought about this. Like, she basically loves Isaiah, but she got like kinda semi-married to Nergal. That's kinda like a plot in White Album too. Once my stay was over, the man returned to Japan and I lost contact with him. For a while, after that I went back to being a crow in an isolated cage. I met that boy again in the autumn of that same year, November 8th, 2022. I was in Japan. To this very day, I still haven't forgotten that decisive moment. It was 7:59 PM. Wow, in such a specifics. At that moment, a full crimson moon had risen in the sky. Suddenly, something halted my computer, which was undergoing a scan. I heard an unfamiliar voice playing from the speaker. It was an artificial voice from one of those text-to-speech programs, but I instantly understood that it was without a doubt that boy's voice. Okay. So he was using text-to-speech with the biocomputer. I mean, yeah, he was like the genius hacker, so he basically hacked to her and talks to her via this. I'm here, you are there, yep. At that instant, I learned the true nature of that feeling I had about that boy. I was able to directly reunite with him for the short time later, a reunion I had desired from the bottom of my heart. But it was a reunion in most undesirable way. At that time, he never spoke a word obviously, and naturally I couldn't see a color. I asked my escort a question. What color clothes he's wearing? Grey, the escort consciously answered. Startled, I asked him another question. Are they his own clothes or the clothes we provided for him? Yeah, okay. I see. Instead of feeling relieved, I was very sad, because it felt as if I had stained his purity. I'm sure it was because my black had corrupted his white. Black and white must definitely not be mixed. He and I were only allowed to meet once every 2 weeks and only for 15 minutes. So, okay, we time skipped quite a lot now. We used our time to its fullest and just silently touched each other's hands. That alone was enough, we didn't need to say anything. One day, he secretly gave me a certain something. Then he spoke into my mind, not through the atmosphere, he transmitted his voice to me using a certain something. Yeah. So this is like when he gave the rosary, basically, the computer, and he's going to fry his brain. But no matter how much I wanted to believe his words from the bottom of my heart, I just couldn't. You're lying, you're lying. You say that, yet you're about to go away somewhere very soon. You say that, and yet you're going to leave me. It's time. He was brought inside. Please don't leave me. Stay with me forever. And as I cried and pleaded to him, the boy shook his head and repeated it one more time. That was the last day I ever saw him. I decided to go to on a journey to look for that boy and for the place he'd brought himself to paradise. That paradise once existed on the net. There the boy called himself Dilmun. Yep. Dilmun being the utopia featured in Babylonian mythology under name for Eden. Where the lion lives with, yet divorces not the deer. Where old age does not exist. But that paradise collapsed the very moment the boy vanished. That's why I had to look for that lost paradise. First, I learned the skills the boy had acquired. That wasn't very difficult for me. The reason Why? Was because I realized that I were the same race. All of his skills were recorded on that certain something he gave me. Before long, I learned everything and then left the cage I had been imprisoned in up until then. So basically, oh my god, we have another Beatrice. This is the flesh body cage. Like, Beatrice left her cage as well at some point. And Rosa been traumatized by this. Since I had discovered the goal I needed to fulfill, it was a very simple task for me. I showed no mercy to the ones who interfered. I completely eliminated all who stood in my way. For I'm a black witch who governs death, and she's a witch. Of course. But when I started my journey, I threw away my black clothes. The new clothes I wore were white like a swan, so that I would not stain that boy anymore upon our next meeting. And then I understood, black/white, we shouldn't be blended together, nor should we deny each other, we should overlap each other. I had to accept and believe in all this world had to offer, both the light and the darkness. I still haven't reunited with him. During my search, I reached the point where I thought, could that boy already be dead? Did I kill him? Did I kill him through my disbelief in his words? It feels as if the death that dwells within me is rapidly assimilating this body. I search for him, like a spirit unaware of whether I'm alive or dead. I met her when I entered a certain ward. That ward I'd visited on the whim had an aura extremely close to the paradise that the boy once was in. I met her. Like Mutsuki? Yes, so? Or someone else? Oh no, you met Ishtar. I think. Gathered there were people with the same abilities, the same hardships that the boy and I once shared. There I took on the role of teaching the various things I had learned. And then she arrived. Okay, another. The girl with different eye colors. Okay. So first Mutsuki and then Ishtar. Her right eye saw reality and the left eye saw hearts. That's right. Her left eye had the same power my eyes had. She was a girl who knew nothing, feared the world to the end of the test herself. I never thought of her as a stranger. On the contrary, I could feel an extremely close relationship between us. She was the old me, who couldn't trust the world. That's why I had to tell her.
呪いではなく祝福。あなたは選ばれて生まれてきたの。
I firmly look at her with my eyes and gently embrace her. She defensively disclosed everything to me and frowned on me. I felt a charming sense of euphoria through different what I felt about the boy. She unconditionally loved me. Just like the past me, she wore the black clothes as if they were solid armor. But I wished that the day would come where she would no longer need them. And so, right now in the present, and in the future, I shall continue to watch over her, a mission just as important as looking for him. My precious, precious little sister. Yep. Okay, that was all like little backstory of like Eresh and Isaiah from Eresh perspective basically. And now we are back to Yumi. And yeah, I'm going to cut again because we're going to skip. Okay, we're back to once again the gray box. Jungfrau. I feel like all the titles in this part of the game are like some kind of like random things for whatever reasons. Huh. Anyway, back to the eye. So, is this like this part of Defrag with the Erode like going to like fully like be on like Eresh perspective? From like Eresh perspective? I head back there again. My heart's pounding, it's throbbing, repeating over and over again. I can't go to sleep at night satisfied. My unease escalates day by day. I'm afraid to see the coming of tomorrow. I'm pained to see the loss of every day. I don't know what to do now that I'm alone. Mama won't pay serious attention. Okay, so this is not Eresh. Mama won't pay serious attention. Marduk? Isn't he always like that? No, this is the guy, okay. Isn't he always like that? He'll be back before you know it. What? Who? But more importantly, how did the test the other day go? Come on, you can leave the carrots on the plate or you will never grow up to be big. Why? Why aren't you worried? But even when I tearfully object, Mama just shakes her head. Why? Why? Even though Onichan's gone. Okay, what? Even though he's your son as much as I am your daughter. Even though Onichan's gone. Onichan's left. Ooh! Your big brother is already an adult, so he can go off and do his own things. Maybe this is someone random. Who is that? No, that's not it. You understand nothing about Onichan. Oh my, there's a lot of dangerous incidents happening lately, huh? That's not good. Can't I do something about it quicker? I mean, we're all planning to go to the Guam this summer. Forget it, I won't rely on you anymore. Okay, so this is not the black eye, this is the gray eye, so it can be like multiple people. It's like... What if this was like a backstory for like Enlil? Like Enlil maybe had a brother before or something. Anyway. This is I don't know. I won't rely on it anymore, I will save Onichan myself. Oops, okay. And so I've came back here yet again. Oh, this is the... Oh, okay, never mind. This is the girl that we saw in the beginning of the game. She was like trying to get her brother back to who he used to be. So this is the girl from the beginning that we had. Okay, I get it. And so I've come back here yet again. Because I'm sure that Lemchan can properly guide me, if no one else. We still don't have her name though. I arrive, and sure enough, I see Lem there. Come to think of it, didn't Onichan say it was supposed to be extremely difficult to meet Lemchan? He called it a rare event, or something like that. But I met her twice without doing anything special. Maybe this rare event thing isn't as big of a deal as he made it out to be. Lemchan floats right in the middle, like the jellyfish, as she absentmindedly thinks about something. I walk up close to her and speak. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I figured out before the reveal. Okay, that's good. I still don't know why we have this girl. Like, why should I care about her? I'm a little shocked. That's different, Lem. I don't really get what she's talking about, but let's just nod for now. However, her attitude seems different overall compared to the other day. Well, whatever. Now she already know that, but I can't be rude to her, so I politely accept her introduction. Give me name! Yes! Let's go!
私の名前は安藤。
Who the fuck is Ando? Okay, I don't know anyone by that name.
シャラッ。はい、そこまで。
What?
誰もリアルな名前を教えてなんて言ってないでしょ。レムが知りたいのはこの世界での名前だよ。
Okay.
私そんなの持ってないよ。じゃあ今決めちゃおうよ。レムが決めてあげる。
Okay, maybe cyberspace name is going to be something that we know.
あ、こんなのどうかな。ポリウレタン 100%。
Never mind!
やだよそんなの。っていうか意味不明だよ。
Ando is that guy from the GSS. I don't remember. I literally have no idea about who are you talking about.
そうほにゃららたんってところが萌え可愛くていいと思ったんだけどな。
Oh, the teacher! Oh, I made such a good job forgetting about him. Nice. Polly is short.
それ使い方を間違ってると思う。
In the first place, the name sounds like a tag you'd see attached into a swimsuit or a pair of shoes, kinda scary.
じゃあどんな名前がいいの？
I got my mind cranking and tried to think of the name. I suddenly remember a book Onichan showed me in the past. It was the Dictionary of Demons. Onichan's quite a demon enthusiast. What the hell? Who are you? Come to think of it, Onichan would call himself by the name of a demon whenever he was on the net. So in that case I will too, okay? Any demon names? No, I don't think so. Okay, never mind. Who the hell is Flauros? Why we have totally new characters? Why would I care about them now? How they're involved in the story? Means female, one of the King Solomon's 72 demons. Oh, so she's like one of the demons that Ronova is from as well, from Umineko. Ronova is one of the 72 demons, I think. With the appearance of the humanoid leopard, occasionally it takes the form of the man with the burning eyes. Flauros was in Umineko? Really? The text form a man with the burning eyes. But the same name suggests has the true form of the cat-like woman. It loves to make predictions, but it's a dreadful liar. Additionally, it can manipulate phantasmal fires and commands legions of demons. In our confession, I haven't read it though. I think I've read it, but I don't remember. I think it was part of like Tsubasa or something. Judging by the flower's relation to Andras. Wait, there's wiki for Andras? I forgot about this. She can be thought of as a Freya, the goddess of beauty in Norse mythology. Wait, Andras is a demon name. So I was right in the beginning. I'm kinda make a joke about like her being like sister of Andras. It's actually a thing. What the hell? He's the malevolent demon committing murder with a flaming sword. Appearance generally describe a man with the giant black raven. Extensions Odin chief. So she is a sister of Andras. Are they trying to make me feel bad about Andras or something? Like they're trying to show me that hey, he have family that cared about him. So should you. Really? Really, you try to like make me guilty of like not liking Andras? Really? That's the name of a demon who were beautiful panther fur. In the past, he was a demon noble that was the fallen angel.
オッケー。ほいじゃこれからはフラウちゃんって呼ぶね。うん。で、フラウちゃんはレムに何のご用？
That's right, I almost forgot my goal. Just then, my heart felt as if it was about to burst.
レムちゃんに私
I cling to Lem as I say this.
ちょっと待って。レムちゃんギブロープ
Okay.
ギューマジでやばいっすから、ほんと中身出ちゃいますから、マジでうぎゃー勘弁してー。
Sure. She struggles and flounders in my arms, but even so, I don't let her escape my grasp until I'm done crying. And that's how Lem died.
ふむなるほど、お兄ちゃんが行方知れずになっちゃったんだね。
After I finish giving her a summary of my story, I stare firmly at Lem's chan and wait for her to give me advice.
どうしたらいい？ごめん。そんなこと言わないで助けてよ。ほら、前みたいに占ってくれたりとかして。ああ、ダメダメ。レム占い超苦手だからちっとも当たらないし、むしろ大外れだ
Yep,
し。
that's the other Lem. What kind of fortune telling site owner is bad at fortune telling? And what about all the tarot card stuff you did last time?
このサイトの占いシステムはツッキーが作ったものだからね。レムはただの居候。
By Tsuki, huh? Yep, so Tsukasa.
フラウちゃんを前に占ったっていうのはごめんね、覚えてないんだ。多分もう一人のレムなんだと思う。
Yep. Tsuki, is that the site real admin? And she's just a freeloader? No way. And the other Lem? So there are two Lems chance? Or is she talking about the Lem who's there at the times she can't remember? The more I see Lem chan's behavior being completely different than the last time, the more confused I get.
困ったよ。困った。あ、そうだ。あれならどうだろう。
So Lem chan flies off somewhere and soon comes back while carrying something. Okay, what do you have?
そう。
The heavy looking object is she's struggling to carry with both hands is a crystal ball. Okay, we have the exaterabyte thing.
そう。
It probably weighs a ton. She's having trouble flying and looks like she's having a lot of trouble.
大丈夫レムちゃん。そう思ったのなら。
Possibly because she can't support its weight anymore, Lem began to fall. I managed to catch Lem-chan and the crystal ball in the nick of time. Safe.
ねえ、これは
I asked this while staring at the crystal ball.
これで水晶占いでもするの？
Lem-chan, who is literally faint of breath, barely manages to say that.
ほら、さっきレムは占い苦手って言ったでしょ。だからレムが占うわけじゃないんだよ。
Okay.
この水晶玉の方で、これはね、エクサバイトクリスタルっていうの。名前なんか聞いてもわからないよ。それもそっか。
I'm still confused why we're having this part of the game.
プログラムやデータをしまっておける入れ物なんだ。コンピューターくんのための小物入れみたいな。でね、今この中には
How would I care about Andra's sister?
占いプログラムが入ってるんだ。レムは占いできないけど、これを使えば誰でも未来予知ができるようになる。この水晶玉の中に未来の
Emails from the future, apparently. Of course. Of course, it's full of nulls.
らしい？へへへ。実はまだ一度も。なんだ。
So there's going to be one of the criminal members inside, I think. So Andra's sister had the exabyte crystal for a while, it seems. They most likely do have it for Lamchon to handle, so she's probably never gotten a chance to use it. And yet she's going to so far all for my sake. It feels so warm to be in the Lamchon goodwill.
早速始めよっか。どうやればいいの？確か知りたい未来を強く念じる。
Okay.
水晶玉を覗き込む。未来の映像。
Sure.
なんかそれインチキっぽい。大丈夫。でも信じなさい。信じる者は救われる。はいはい。じゃあ信じてみますか。
What we're going to see? I grab the crystal ball with my hands. I strongly call to mind Oni-chan's future. After that, I look into the crystal ball alongside lamps. Is there going to be Andras being dead or something? I mean, Andras didn't die, but
何も
I can't see anything. Yeah, okay. You have no future, basically. No surprises here. Andras having no future. Why I'm not surprised?
ねえ、やっぱり何も。ほら、見えてきた。
Still half in doubt. I try looking into the ball one more time. Just then, my eyes playing tricks on me. I'm starting to see something hazy in the center of the crystal ball.
本当？
There's some kind of vague symbol. And it then gradually begins to take on a clear form. It's some room. Yeah, this is the Exarch thing. A dark room surrounded by the computer monitors. There's he, yeah. Standing there is a tall man wearing sunglasses clad entirely in black. Suddenly another human cuts into the view. In her hands is the shining blade. Okay, so we have Enlil here. Remember that one time? What time? Look out, and let out the voices scream. Sharp blade sinks into Black Cloaksman's left flank. That guy's been stabbed. This is bad. What should I do? Panic envelopes my mind. There's nothing I can do. The one holding the blade at the corner of my side puts weight into their arms in an attempt to drive the blade even further into the man. This is terrible. Way too terrible. Stop, please stop. The one doing the stabbing also appears to be the man, but his back is turned towards me, so I can't see his face. Just then, the man who was stabbed slowly raises his left arm and without a word grabs his assailant neck. After that... Oh, so it is actually Andras. Okay. Andras managed to hit Key for some reason. Wait, what? Or like it's like one of possible futures. A familiar voice. The man's arm slowly drops and the blade falls from his neck. His neck bends in unthinkable direction. I have no clue what happened. Well, he died, so I predicted that. I have absolutely no clue about the meaning of the scene that played out before my very eyes. You have seen this in the D already. D being so long time ago that I forgot. So that's a good reminder. So that actually happened in D, okay. All I can tell, even though I don't like this, is that the man whose head is now bent at the odd angles probably already dead. The stabbed man continues by lifting the dead man with the broken neck into the air. I can see the dead man's face. I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. The face of the dead man soaked in blood. That was... Jesus. There's no doubt, that's Oni-chan's face. So... we had some kind of like... so we have like this... Frau. Whole time in the game, somewhere in the background, in the shadow of everything, trying to like kill he or something, or like actually, or like at least like save Andras. I don't know. Like it feels like she's like some kind of like background in shadows character that we never like knew that is like pulling some strings around Andras. So she will try to avoid Andras' death. or something. It's so sad that Andras died, yeah. I'm devastated. Let's drink some water. Now I feel better. I'm lying, my heart is still pounding like crazy. I'm dizzy, I'm nauseous. She's the DLC you never asked for. I'm scared that if I close my eyes, I will see that image
ご
again.
めんね。ごめんね。レムちゃんが謝る必要なんてないよ。私、そうじゃないの。嘘だったから。水晶玉のこと。あれは、
Okay.
水晶玉には占いプログラムなんてヘムにはどうすることもできなかったから。空っぽのクリスタルを使ってそれっぽい仕掛けがあることにして、あとはレムが適当にそれっぽい未来を。そうすればフラウちゃんは安心すると思ったけんも、こんなことになるなんて。そうだったの。
Sure. In other words, the one who would be seeing the images of the future that Lamchan spoke wouldn't be me, but her.
でもレムちゃんはやっぱり悪くないよ。私を慰めてくれようとしたんで。だからこのことはもうおしまいね。
But still, just what were those images? It wasn't some kind of illusion or daydream, at least I don't think it was. After all, it wasn't just me who saw that. It seems like Lamchan saw this too.
ひょっとしたらツッキーやエンリル様の言っていた先進派ってやつかもしれない。先進派？レムも難しいことはよくわからないんだけど、ほら、普通通信ってのは過去から未来に向かって伝わるものです。例えば今レムがフラウちゃんに電話すると、レムの喋った声は受話器に吸い込まれ、電波となってビビビーって飛んでいって、フラウちゃんのそんなの説明されなくたってわかるよ。いいからいいから。
Don't make it complicated, Lem.
レムとフラウちゃん
We heard about this before.
その間はほぼリアルタイムで通知、実際はほぼ、つまり若干のタイム。でもほら、ニュースの中継とかでアナウンサーとリポーターとで会話の間に妙な間が空くことがあるでしょ。距離が遠く離れればそれがはっきりと分かってくる。通信の電波ってのは発信してから時間を
Lecture out how phones works. Yeah.
言い換えれば電波は過去から未来に向かって進む。
The past to the future. We already knew this. Stop making this complicated. We don't need phone call example for this.
電波は過去から未来に。
As I say this, I think to myself, that's obvious, isn't it?
でね、物理学的なあるでも実はそれはプラスの解ってやつで、答えもう一つの
Lamchan notes. The look on her face has changed without me noticing it. I can't feel any of that clown-like playing the full atmosphere from her. Shivers run down my spine. Is that the real Lam?
マイナスの解。それは文字通りプラスの解とは真逆。通常の過去から未来へ進む波に対して、それとは対照的に未来から過去に向かって進む波。
Symmetry in physics. Antimatter exists opposite of matter. Antimatter composed of protons, neutrons, electrons. Exactly opposite properties. Produce and relate together. The opposites of all properties. But there is no axis. Matter flowing backward through time would be the same as antimatter flowing forward through time. Whatever.
それが先進波。時間を置いて伝わる普通の波を遅れて伝わる波、遅延波と呼ぶのに対して、時間を遡って受信される波、先走って伝わってしまう。
I'm not really getting it. They're transmitted to the past, so doesn't that mean the words we're speaking now can be heard before they are spoken? No way. From the past to future, from the future to past. That symmetry reminds me of the final scenario of the MMORPG Babylon. Onichan spoke so highly of it. If memory serves me right, that scenario Ashur was organized in two sections. Scenario that progressed from the past to the future, and the scenario that progressed from the future to the past. But that was a complete work of fiction. In other words, it holds almost no sense of reality.
信じられない？まあそうかもしれないね。それに普通の生活で 実際にその電波を観測することもできない。
I
ち
know.
ゃんと計算上では存在するのに実際には見ることができない。なんでも未来から過去へ来る先進波は過去から未来へ向かう遅延波によって相殺され、プラスとマイナスを同じ数だけ足したら、でももし何かしらの方法で遅延波だけを抑制することができたとしたら、相殺されてしまう先進波を残すことができるかもしれないよね。
Send some help. Why we have this? Why we have Andra's sister learning about the time travel? Why does it matter?
例えば通常の物理法則の適用されない存在が干渉してきたら、もしそうなったら、さっきみたいに音波や光といった波が、音や映像が未来から伝わってくる。
They just info dump us again with the same stuff that we already had for no reasons. Even the waves in this game are retarded.
それだけじゃない。もし仮に人間を
I'm pretty sure you are the one who suggested this to play.
することができてしまえば、ひょっとしたらタイムスリップだって。
Unbelievable. If that's true, then that increases the possibility that the scene I witnessed a short while ago was indeed Oni-chan's future.
お兄ちゃんが
Yeah. It's so sad. Fears and agony assault me again. I didn't want to know if things were going to be like this. I should have done what Papa and Mama said and just stay silent and just stay put and silent. I should have...
お兄ち
I told you to quit after you made the choice in the beginning. Okay. Is there going to be a different story if I pick the other option? I finally weep bitterly.
ゃん。フラウちゃん、大
Lamchan perches herself on my shoulder. She smiles
未
wildly.
来が待っててもいいじゃない。だって良くない未来ならその未来を変えてしまえばいいんだから。
Yeah, simple as that. Like, not like we needed like 4 different perspectives to change the future. Change the
未来
future.
を変えてしまえば、きっとフラウちゃんのお兄ちゃんは死なないよ。
Yeah, all you have to do is to die, become a null, and then you can like actually fix this.
で
How?
も、リー君が助けてくれる。
Okay, so she was helping he, the guy who killed Andras in the ball. Sure, let's help the killer of our brother.
リー君？
Another name I don't know.
それとお兄ちゃんがね。
And Hinata, yeah.
お兄ちゃん？それ、まあそうだとも言えるし、違うとも言えるし。
Is this? Oh my god.
ほら、でも難しいこと苦手だから。
Was my first thought real? Is this actually like Sakuya and she just changed appearance later? Is like Sakuya Andra's sister? Is that a fucking plot twist? Or I'm cooking too much? I think I'm cooking way too much right now. God, sorcerer, I don't understand. The heck is she saying? Expect me to believe that after that difficult lecture just now, that mysterious spine-chilling presence I felt earlier is nowhere to be seen from the current Lamchan.
いっぱいことをつむ使ったからレム疲れちゃった。
The small fairy has returned to the elusive detached from the world state she'd shown me before. Lamchan turns around when she notices my gaze.
もうそんな心配そうな顔しないでってば。 ヒー君たちを信じよ。レムたちはレムたちにできることを精一杯やればいいの。
Those words resemble the words of the other Lambchan I met last time. When I see her smile, I feel like everything really will be okay.
ありがとうね。
This mysterious, comforting fairy. Lambchan, what are you?
お月様もそう言ってるっしょ。
Believe in him. The moon. I separate myself from the monitor and look out my window up into the sky. That he will mess her brother real good again? What? I don't know. She never appeared in the game. If this is not Sakura, I have no idea why the fuck does that matter. A perfectly round full moon is shining in the cloudless night sky. Oh. It's... okay, next cluster. Huh. I guess we're going to skip again. Yep, we are skipping again. YouTube, be right back. We're back, we're back, we're back. Fairy grandmother, fairy godmother, okay. So yeah, we had like something happening with Andras and Ishtar. Yana, you mean poster before? Oh yeah. Yumi was like meeting with Andras after like talking on the forum. Yeah, right. And now we're back here.
何？
When I call out to her, Lemchan turns around and smiles. I've come back here today, yet again. Lemchan said we should do what we can in order to help Onichan, but even so I'm still uneasy. And for now, I don't know what it is that we are supposed to do. I know nothing about the true character of this Hibi person, nor of the Lemchan's Onichan. There's simply too much I don't know. So I came here today with the intention of thoughtfully questioning her about all of it, even though I wasn't sure if I would be able to meet up with her or not. But here I am now, face to face with Lemchan, having no difficulties whatsoever in meeting up with her. It's extremely difficult to meet Lemchan, they say. Okay, so... okay. What the loser said that, right, it was Onichan. What loser said that, right, it was Onichan. Even she realized that Andras is a loser. Why are we saving this guy again? Anyway, that's all aside. I'm talking to Lemchan right now.
でね、そのヒーっていうのがヒー君で。
Yeah, we have to save my brother. But anyway, let's talk to Lem. She told me about that a short while ago.
その人って都市伝説の中の人なんでしょ。
Likes dogs with human faces, phantom hitchhikers, the headless horseman, alligators in the sewers, that you will die if you hiccup 1,000 times, virgin births, cats in microwaves. Actually, virgin births are a thing in the IO, apparently. What we learned in the previous road. Also, why cats in microwaves? What? I keep giving of examples like this.
もういいよ。そう？それにしてもフラウちゃんずいぶん詳しいんだね。そっかな。お兄ちゃんの方が詳しいよ。
Sure.
でもそういうのと一緒なんでしょ。
Lemchan folds her arms and starts thinking.
ある意味では一緒でもあるんだけど、ちょっと違うっていうか。違うの？少なくとも普通の都市伝説とはね。どう違うも何も全然違うよ。だってさ、本当にいるから。ヒー君は実在するの。悪いやつを懲らしめてくれるの。それでもってツッキーを救い出してくれるの。
Yeah, he punishes bad guys. That's why we cannot save Andras.
それは本物なの？もちろん。なんで？レムにはそれがわかるの。
find myself at the loss of words at how sure she sounds about it.
信じられない？
Lemchan looks at me uneasily. I want to believe her, or rather, I'll be a problem if I don't, but still. In the first place, being asked something like this by the furry feels weird enough as it is.
わからない。
This is the best I can manage.
そっか。ごめんね。
He sometimes punishes bad guys, I mean Enlil.
謝らなくていいよ。じゃあ質問の内容を変えよう。
Enlil's a bad girl, right? Lemchan flutters her wings and flies around me.
質問で月にウサギはいると思う？
Okay, now we are brainwashing another person with rabbits on the moon.
そんなの。
Full of confidence, I answer.
もちろん。
There are. Oh, you believe in this? Okay. Lemchan smiles widely, clearly satisfied by my answer.
いい子いい子。
Okay. She flies above my head. As I actually is patting my head. Is this magic? It feels very good. I give myself into that dreamy feeling and leave myself up to Lemchan's mercy. A dream.
私こんな気持ちになったの久しぶり。そうなの？うちにはパパがいないし、ママはいつも仕事だし、帰ってきてもなんだか疲れてて構ってくれないし、最近のお兄ちゃんはああだし。
Papa no longer living with us, Mama always working. Okay, and Sakuya was living with her father, so it's not Sakuya. I still had that in my... I still was waiting for this plot to actually happen. Okay, never mind.
お母さんに甘えてる気分。まるでね、夢みたいなの。夢なら覚めてほしくないな。
When I come to Lemchan is lightly hovering right in front of me. A sad look appears in her eyes. Why?
はね、誰かが眠っている時の夢なんだ。
She suddenly starts muttering this.
だからレムも覚めてほしくないな。できれでもダメなんだ。レムじゃダメなんだよ。あの人じゃなきゃダメなんだ。
Okay. If she doesn't awaken, all will be lost. Apparently, if Hinata doesn't awaken, all will be lost too. I don't understand what she means. Or her sorrowful behavior.
夢は覚めたらどうなるのかな。消えるね。最初からなかったみたいに。そう、消えるの。朝焼けの中に見えなくなる星みたいに。
Could that mean?
レムちゃん、突然ですが、なぞなぞのお時間です。
She deliberately ignores my question before I can even ask it. Before I know it, Lemchan has returned to her normal merry behavior.
難しいよ。レムのなぞなぞは難しいよ。
Was I just misunderstanding something about what happened just now? Would it be the best? Would it be the best not to worry about it? There was something about microwaving cat or something. I don't understand anything anymore.
答えるよ。どんとこいだよ。
I don't know why we have Andra's sister. And like, why would I care about this? I don't get this. I lack of concept for this. Let's just play along with Lemchan for now. She can stay cheerful that way. I was like thinking that we are going to have Eresh. Like perspective of things, but no.
はいじゃ、行くよ。太陽と月が一緒になるときっていつでしょうか。
When the sun and moon comes together. After thinking for a bit, lunar eclipse.
ほいじゃレムに教えてみ。レムだけに教えてみ。
So, no one else here hears, but Lemchan and I are the only ones here, right? And would it be bad if someone overheard us? I shrug it off and gently whisper my answer into Lemchan's ear. But rather, she's so small that maybe it would be better if I said whisper into her head. Okay.
パフ大当たり
Yeah, and Andras is too dumb to figure this out, basically. She asked the same thing to Andras. And he never thought of lunar eclipse. It seems that the answer was correct.
正解者のフラウちゃんにはこれを渡しちゃいます
Way better character than Andras, yeah. It would be better if she was the sister of the bald guy, number 69. Wow. Lamchan dances in the middle with the spin. Oh right, I forgot to like edit out like bald Eresh and stuff. I forgot about this. Sorry, bald Ishtar. Once she does, a disc appears there. Disc falls down and lands on my head.
内緒
Okay.
だよそれはいいけど
What's the...
何だから内緒あ内緒のアイテムだから内緒ってこと
Then why give it to me?
なものなんだよそうなんだでもありがとね違うよフラウちゃんにあげたわけじゃないよそれを
Okay.
届けてほしいの
Did any of our characters got like a disc from someone? I don't remember. I think there might have get a disc from somewhere at some point. Is it the disc that was like inside? Oh wait! Maybe it's the disc that is like in the Yayoi sensei like room. Hidden in like compartments in like safe and stuff. Maybe that's this disc. That means it's not a prize at all. Well, Mchan never said it was a prize, just it was for me. Yes, nope. So we had the disc, but it's not the disc in Yayoi room. Okay.
フラウちゃんは見事それを届けるメッセンジャーに選ばれたのですまあいいけどねで誰に届ける
It's for? Of course we're going to head down the... Oh, okay. And we can just skip. Okay, down all the cyber force. Okay. Okay, and something feels out of place. Yeah, this is Yumi coming back to the room. Yeah. She take a bath. This is the part where we are going to have a choice of like letting out Masami out of the crystal, I think. Or something. Anyway. With this body of mine, actually it feels like it's been forever since I last got a good look at myself. But still, something feels strange. Was my body always like this? It feels like it's been reduced to skin and bones. No idea. These legs had gotten so slender, and this back is quite bony. I'm getting thinner and I almost clinically anorectic. Although, how come my chest is the only healthy looking part of my body? Everything you eat goes to the booba, basically. Those things are such a pain in the neck, literally. How does everyone else deal with it all the time? Though, all things considered, Alan and Magdalene didn't seem like they had this sort of problem at all. Of course. It's probably easy, once you get a hang of it. There's always seems to be snag. Seems like it's be nice, so nice. It would be nice. If only someone were here to give me some advice. And we can skip again, for whatever reasons we had a new talk about boobas. Sure. New stuff. Open the video. Yeah, we just saw the video with the lunar eclipse. So this is when like Yumi's figuring out that we have like 3 lunar eclipses. and like the time didn't move for a few days, I think.
これ以上考えたって結論なんて出ないよきっと。
So let's switch the focus to something more pertinent. I close the Eclipse video, close the live cam, and brings up the browser window with the research information to the foreground. Browser goes for the middle French, browsed. Sure. The word browser refer to livestock or deer that move about while grazing on young shoots. I had no idea. The word browse thus evolved to casually scan through something to find things that may be of any interest. The context of network browse means navigate, piece of software displaying network content, yeah, sure. I then connect my computer to the net, and my body soaks into cyberspace. There lies information on the code centerpiece, their headquarters, aka the core. I found out highly encrypted information with extreme ease. After all, I already know the method to access that data. To be more accurate, the method was in the memory I already had. Though, of course, the me of the present isn't a part of code yet, and therefore lacks access permissions. But there's a simple way around that, masquerading as someone with those permissions. Which I do, granting me all the data as a result. And thus, the information's all mine. I glanced through it immediately. All in all, the content was basically this. The core, as the name suggests, is the headquarters of the organization known as the Code. The counterpiece of Babylon, the data center where the main server is located. Furthermore, it's the site of his final target. Surprisingly, it's located in this nation's center of politics and economics. Shinjuku subcenter Tokyo, the real world Babylon. To be precise, it's located at the de facto symbol of the Shinjuku, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. Plus 38 stores, 3 basement levels. Okay, some random info. The core sits deep underground beneath the behemoth of the office building. It's all said, it's not like the core belonged to Coast to begin with. Tokyo government office and the core were completed around 1991, albeit under different names. Code did not exist at that point. It's already been almost 50 years since the building was completed. 50 years since this building was completed. What year is it? Wait, it was completed around 91. So, what is the year here? They didn't give me a year. I wanted to see it at what year I will be 50. And that building actually has a top secret mystery floor, a secret 4th basement level. And an extreme depth, 50 meters below the surface of the earth. At the time of its construction, that floor was built as an underground shelter. Basically, its official purpose was to be a facility for accommodating VIPs, if worse came to worse. Of course, no official documentation of this floor remains. The floor constructed by the general contractor affiliated to the XR Group, Arc Construction. Now we are going to have bunch of info about how the how it was built. I don't care how it was built. Conspiring with contemporary politicians and bureaucrats of the time, secretly plans to establish this secure shelter deep underneath the government office building. The building lore, yeah. We need lore about everything. We have lore about Mesopotamian gods, we have lore about guns, we have lore about moon, about rabbits, now about buildings. It's somewhat relevant. I mean, Yeah, because like Enigma stuff, but office building and apparently partially forced to affiliate a construction company to undertake the construction. A deep basement 50 meters under the Earth's surface. During the economic bubble about 50 years ago, the so-called geofront idea was apparently conceived as a solution to the problems of urban overcrowding and sudden explosive rise in land values. Furthermore, advances in rock mechanics and excavation technology have brought us to an era where geofront has become a feasible possibility. But due to the huge energy cost necessary for the livability, questions of emergency response in case of fire or other emergencies, as well as the environmental problems of life underground, compound with the potential psychological problems that the underground dwellers, the so-called mole people, would face. It says that the project did not well proceed due to all the issues and more. You know what the mole people are? And like, I heard this story before, you know? Underground dwellers, potent psychological problems, experimental like underground shelters. Why does that sound like Fallout vaults? Afterwards, despite ideas to downsize the project to just be new logistic base, or an emergency energy reserve, or perhaps even a waste treatment center, years passed with the project at a complete standstill, neither fading nor advancing. And now, more recently, a new project has popped out, the Mega Geofront project. Hell yeah, now we have this an extra scale. Now an unthinkably grandiose price to construct underground city 100 meters below the surface of Earth. Projected to have the large-scale developments soon. Okay, so they tried to make a city underground. I think that's the first time we heard about this, actually. The expected date of our completion is 2050, fairly far into the future. But the project is steadily advancing with Exarch at its helm. That's right, the project's driving force, its commander-in-chief, is none other than Exarch. The only conjecture, but the true reason for building such a deep underground shelter underneath the Tokyo government office was to collect data for eventual use in this project. Technically, this game is more or less Deus Ex 2000. I actually don't know what that is. Probably some kind of game. Or book. Or something. In what it is possibly one of the grandest experiments ever to tap into coffers of the national budget. I mean, if they wanted a secret seat, they could just do what like Gaia Summoners made in Rewrite. Though these long years, the number of people who knew about the shelter has dwindled to negligible numbers. Even if any do remain, it's most likely none of them would be able to enter. Since it was originally meant to be special VIP access, restricted floor, it has strict security with a lengthy and rigorous entry system. Google it, it has he on the cover. Deus Ex 2000. Oh, I saw this cover before, I think. I think I know this game. I think I saw it somewhere. Anyway. Where's my OBS? Here. And as the floor has apparently been left, gathering dust for an extended period of time, without being used by the government or even the administration of Exarch. 2029 AD, the administrators at Exarch begin work on a new experiment. Field testing of their prototype quantum computer. Okay, so this is the time when they gave the computer to Anunnaki, to the Babylon. Around that time. Yeah. Prototype has been granted to the hacker group Anunnaki, who managed the already popular at the time MMORPG. Anunnaki designs the tremendous capital and the cutting-edge computer necessary to maintain the ever-expanding Babylon, both of which Exarch had generously furnished to Anunnaki, on the condition that Anunnaki provide their data as well as the system monopoly. And that was when the Geofront underground shelter was presented as the lab for the quantum computer Marduk. Okay. I should start counting the times you said it was the time. What? Why? It was the time. Oh, like it was the time when something. Okay, I said. Okay, I get it now. Okay, I get it. This present was apparently given as an act of generosity, but in reality it was something more of a cover-up. Exarch did not wish to attract attention to their prototype quantum computer's existence, much less its experimentation. And so the hidden shelter was used for the first time after nearly 40 years, but it would remain in use for long. Because 1 year later, Exarch pulled out of Babylon. It was the trigger that demolished Anunnaki. The floor was left masterless once more. Babylon too was down, but not for the count. The free organization EDOC arose from the ashes of Anunnaki, and so management continues with a new name and form. The shelter was repurposed as well. It transformed from the Exarch Research Lab to the command center, headquarters for the true side of EDOC code. The hidden shelter then became known as their core, which, as the name suggests, means it became the core, the center, the nucleus of code. A total of 2 entrances to this floor exists: the Forbidden Door underneath the Tokyo Government Office, and another underneath Higashi Shinjuku, the shopping area. How times have we read about Exarch pulling out of Babylon already? I don't know. However, due to the nature of the Tokyo Government Office, the entrance underneath really sees use. Code exclusively uses the Higashi Shinjuku entrance on the opposite side. Code most likely plans to use the Forbidden Door during acts of terrorism, but as previously mentioned, that entrance security is severely strict. Furthermore, even since the management fell into the Code's hand, Enlil had improved on security, making it all more severe. Biometrics recognition, Code members with access permissions use their own biological aspects as keys. Anyone not clear for the access cannot step the foot inside. So this is actually like the place where like we're in the game when we're like searching for Enigma. So we're like underground actually. Yeah, I forgot. We were underground. True. So this is like Enlil needed like to use the biometric recognition to open the door. Yeah, I remember it. Okay. The facility originates as the shelter, given its structure and stability, unconditionally ruling out all possibilities of the physical invasion. However, invasion through the net may still be possible. Granted, that would still require penetrating military-grade security.
なるほどね。
As I can scan for the gist of information, I indulge myself in thought. I have no interest in the net invasion. My objective is to stop He, and his objective is to rescue Scene from the depths of the core. He most likely plans a physical invasion, even if it means confronting Enlil, which means I have no choice but to follow suit.
なら入れるだろうか。
To get into this core of theirs. Yep, there it is, the future. Of course I can get in. that much is certain. But getting in is meaningless by itself. My top priority is preventing he from killing Enlil. Next is to guide he into the depths of the core. Can I do that? Will the world, will history accept that revision? IO revision! We have the name drop almost. Will our planned revisions to the past even give rise to the future we desire? Revision 2. Yeah, true. This world is a world ravaged by terrorism, a world of chaos. Can this world be returned to normalcy? Can we return to normalcy? The media has condemned this situation as the nightmare sparked by the 100th monkey phenomenon, like the curse born from the accumulated fear and hatred of all people. So we are still in the first one.
けど、だからこそ、なんとかなるのかもしれない。
If only terrorism gave birth to fear and that fear sparked the current chaos, then if we can turn around and bestow the hope to suppress that fear, the hope that washed fear away, couldn't we fight fire with fire and nullify the curse? Can the 100th monkey be the savior of the world? I hate this sound. Especially at night when I'm sleeping. I'm trying to sleep and I hear the fucking mosquito somewhere. I log out upon noticing the sound of the buzzing bug wings. Over to the right, at the source of the sound flies a small insect. No, it's not an insect, it's a bug. A small metal lamp, a small drone. The drone again! Why you never smashed the drone? Someone's watching you. It's been a thing like forever. Why it's still flying around? A small drone I've seen once before. Someone's watching me. Yeah. Jeez, whenever you are, could you be any more indecent? I ignored the drone once again and began to call Andras through the computer terminal. Like, why? Like, why? Like, By the core, I need the guidance of code members. Plus, I like also to know what actions they're taking.
やっほー、元気？
なんだよ。誰かと。
Hi, I missed you.
お前かよ。
なんだか嫌そう。
事実、嫌なんだから当たり前だろ。
むか、失礼ね。そんなこと言ってると、ヒーに通報するわよ。
They literally never checked Eresh in Nergal basement. This guy was a Giga Dance, yeah. Like, I was saying like something is in the tub like all the time and no one ever like questioned that, like what the fuck. And if you're gonna be like that, I will just report you to Key, okay?
おっかねえ野郎かよ。そいつは勘弁。
たく、ほんの軽いジョークなのに、真に受け止めて。そっちの方で何か分かったことない？レムちゃんと会えたとか。
It's the guy that you're supposed to save. I'm saving only Mutsuki.
いや、こっちは
Fuck this guy.
進展なしだが。
His sister can save him.
そう。
Maybe.
ねえ、ちゃんと仕事してんの？全然頼りになんないな。
勝手に巻き込んでおいて、その言い草はなんだよ。
あ、男のくせに解消ないわね。それでもあなた、真の名前を冠する人間？完全に名前負けしてるわよ。
なんだと？
むむ、やる気？相手になってやるわよ。
I take up a fighting pose, but that very instant. What was that sound? A can falling down? Did someone kick empty can to the floor? Oh, this is when he met with Yumi. Okay. This is that part. It happened in like D road, I think, or C. I don't remember which one. I didn't do it. Obviously, Andra didn't either. Then who kicked the can? Wait, could an unidentified person get this close in the first place? First time with Lenchan, and now that what just happened. Full moon days really do seems to throw off the real space capabilities.
あの
What? What is happening? Sure. They met, apparently. What? The girl. And one voice I don't even recognize.
私その
Finally, a figure is stepping hesitantly out of the darkness, a shy little girl who appears to be in middle school. You're really going to cut here. You're really going to cut here. You're really going to cut here. Why? Okay, I guess we cut again, then skip. Oh, we're back to the girl and the Ishtar. Brotherhood, huh? I see a girl standing before me, a timid girl who appears to be about 13-14 years old, but who is she? I don't recognize her, but she clearly came here because she could business with me. That's much is certain.
君は誰？どんなご用？
She then answered. She looked frightened. But just to reiterate, it's highly unlikely she wandered in here by accident. Oh yeah, great, more of this. Yeah, I mean, I didn't move from the last time. I didn't even, like, edited out the previous recording yet. After all, the entrance to this warehouse is locked by the system I constructed myself. This intruder came here deliberately. But how did she handle the security? It definitely couldn't have been an easy task. Yeah, that's a good point. I think like she have that help from Eresh or something. Could her looks betray her true nature as the skilled hacker? As if like appearance like means anything. Like she can be he, like whatever. Like the legendary hacker he. And you wouldn't even know. But judging by her reaction alone, in the first place, what exactly could she need? Don't tell me she's in league with Exar and or Code. Instantly try to shoot her. Holy, okay. I'll effectively bring my guard up. Tension courses for my body. She jumps back in the surprise. Well, she doesn't look like an assassin. That's what makes her a great assassin. But maybe she's the bait, and the trap's teeth are somewhere else, waiting for me to let my guard down. Is she armed? Is the defense system malfunctioning properly? My brain starts cranking out. Possibilities at full speed. I connect my computer to the net. I detect nearby heat sources with the cyber eye. My left eye is probably glowing blue right now, about now. Nobody else around. Odd. If there was somebody else lurking nearby, then they would also be able to sense that I noticed them.
Oi! もしもーし
Yep, they're loud. Okay. Just decrease audio a little bit for game. My voice tingled with the timbre of stupid calls me from behind. Oh, I forgot I was chatting with Andras, wasn't I?
おーいおーいいなんなあ、さては俺に恐れをなしたな
No.
誰が恐れをなしたって？
魚影、いきなり入ってくるなよ。
I don't think like she can hear Andras, right? I turned to the computer while making sure to keep an eye on the girl. At the very least, she doesn't make many lines of attack open to her. But it's dangerous to leave this communication line connected, no idea what attitude will say. I decide to close the connection remotely. Okay, so they will not meet. Right before I can. Oh, never mind. Okay. The words I guess should right after the shocking. After that, they're shocking enough to paralyze my biocomputer.
お兄ちゃん
Yep. What did she just say?
お兄ちゃんどうしてお兄ちゃんがここに？お姉ちゃんお兄ちゃんの知り合い？
Yeah. My head is spinning. Mine too. Onishan meaning that this girl's older brother, and she said that in response to Andra's voice. In other words, this girl's Onishan is Andras. Andra's little sister is this girl. Andras and this girl are related by the bonds of blood. In short, Andras and this girl are siblings. Thank you for, like, description of how family works. I still need some time to digest this reality. It's like that confusion you feel right after waking up from dream. How could such a cute little mademoiselle have such a no, it's wrong to harbor thoughts like that. It's not like me to think that way. There are unexplained mysteries in this world. Maybe this is case of an apple who fell far from the tree? Huh. Can you please explain family like how it works in 30 minutes, in case we don't know? After a torrent of thoughts streamed this way and that.
やっぱりお兄ちゃん
Before I realize it, the girl has already gotten all the way to my computer. Hell. How could I have dropped my guard so much? Hold on, this girl was cowering a second ago, but now she's just bursting with initiative. She peeks at the monitor and smiles radiantly.
なんでお前がそこにいる。
それはこっちのセリフよお兄ちゃん今どこにいるのなんで出てっちゃったの
Okay.
どうせまたなんか悪さしてるんでしょママが心配してるわよさっさと帰ってきなさい
Okay. Am I like supposed to like feel something from this or nothing?
いや、
I mean, we are bashing Andras, that's good.
いいからとっとと帰ってきなさい
Well, this is something. Andras getting frustrated is nothing new, but the way she handles him, the way he responds, is completely different from how he is with me. With me, I have to force him against his will, but with her, it's like she wills a force against him, a transcendental arcane force. It's a metaphor. It's like she's typing directly into the command line prompting that is his DNA. Yeah, it's like when L invokes unnatural authority on me.
だから俺には
Okay.
やらなきゃいけない使命があって。
前にもそんなこと言ってた時期があったわよね一人暮らしを始めた頃にでその時お兄ちゃんがやってたことって何その結末はお兄ちゃんが到達したのは留置所エンディングでしょ 一緒の正罰の欄を罰で書き
He's been in jail. Why I'm not surprised? Why I'm not surprised that he's been in jail?
お兄ちゃんって頭が熱くなっちゃうときちんとした判断ができなくなっちゃう人でしょ昔からそうたまたま点数の良かったテストを先生から褒められたらそればっか勉強するようになって他の教科は0点でもケロッとしてるし
Because you already knew that? Wait, I knew that? Wow, I'm so good at like forgetting Andra's character. I'm discarding so many like unnecessary information. to have like space for more like White Album related stuff probably.
バレンタインに近所の兄ちゃんから義理チョコもらった途端勘違いして付きまとって嫌われちゃうし
And some things never change.
ミートソースにはまりだしたら1ヶ月間毎食ミートソース食べ続けてリバースしちゃってミートくん恐怖症になっちゃうし
Meat kun phobia? What?
頼むから俺の前でミート君の話をするな
Wow. You have PTSD. Anders covers his ears and quivers.
要するにお兄ちゃんは誰かしっかりした人がそばにいてあげなきゃダメなのほっとくとどんどんダメになっちゃうのだからね早く帰ってきて
She sounds like the pushy and narrow-minded, or perhaps exactly like little sister should sound to her older brother. But she really does seem worried about him.
なんでだよなんでそこまで俺を構うんだよほっとけばいいじゃないか
Like, did these things happened off-screen when we played like first time? Like, these are like connected to the main thing, or it's just another like what-if scenario but in like Road E? It's not a prime road, it's normal E road, so I assume Ishtar met with her, I mean Yumi met with her, but it was like in the like fade out off-screen thing, because these are new things. So they met actually? Like, she knew about her existence? I'm a little bit confused on like how to perceive this in context of like whole game.
お前が言うように俺は心底ダメな人間だっていうのによおふくろはもうとっくに俺のことなんて諦めてるこんな俺がどうなろうと関係
Oh no, it's another one of those characters. I mean, it's Andras.
だけどお前だけは別でなんで俺なんかを
I glance at her. Her eyes tremble. She seems at a loss for words. I walk up to the girl and place a hand on her shoulder. She looks up at me. I smile back at her and say,
気持ちをそのまま正直に伝えてあげなさい
okay. The girl turns to the monitor.
お兄ちゃん誰かのために何かをしてあげたいっていう気持ちに理由やお兄ちゃんはそこにいて
Okay.
私はこ
But
こに
like
いる
basically I'm curious like if she actually if this like happened, if that actually happened and we just never see that, how much did that impact actual plot? You know? Her like character and talk to Yumi and stuff. How much did that like actually impact things behind the scenes? That's what I'm interested in actually. Mostly. Like what's her role overall?
私にはそれができる
Like, what would not happen without her, you know? If we just, like, delete her from the story, like, what would happen?
それだけのことだよだから私は何とかしてあげたいって私とお兄ちゃんは二人きりの兄弟なんだよ
Is she going to die? Are we setting up, like, Andra's going crazy because she dies?
お兄ちゃんだってはっきりとした理由なんかないのに人を好きになったりするでしょ 私を可愛がってくれたりいろんなことを教えてくれたのに理由なんてないでしょお兄ちゃんって分からずやだし時々バカなことやっちゃうしだけど私にとってお兄ちゃんは必要な人なんだよ
Aww.
お兄ちゃんの妹なんだよ私はお兄ちゃんが大好きなんだよ
Okay, that's kind of sweet. Andras is fucking terrible, but that was sweet. For one, I for one want Andras to keep up his tenure at coach. I still haven't infiltrated deep enough into the ranks yet after all. He's my one connection to code and it took a lot of effort to make that happen. I don't want to lose that connection. But when I see the two of them together, I can't help but to think, screw code. After all, what I desire most is to bring everything to the way it's meant to be. But we know that she actually went to code, so he's not going back to home.
ねえアンドロス、妹さんもこう言ってることだし、もうコードからは手を引いた方が。
いや、
Yeah, okay.
それはできない。
どうして？
俺には使命があるから。
Okay. Those words were inbound with a will stronger than anything I could have imagined coming from Andras.
兄ちゃん。
あのな、俺は意味もなくこんなことをしてるわけじゃないんだ。昔とは違うんだ。
You were worse before? Holy shit.
俺たちは何とかして俺たちみたいな奴らを解放したいんだ。そのために。
Sure. Those who are like us, the essay is most likely.
だから何があろうと引き下がるわけにはいか。
でもお兄ちゃん、このままだとお兄ちゃんが死んでしまうことになるんだよ。
She saw the future.
なんですって？本当なんだよ。私この目で見たの。レムちゃん？
お前レムちゃんに会ったのか？
Wow, this kid's just full of surprises. Perhaps some sort of special meaning to our meeting. Just like how I found Onesama, or how I found Hinata-kun.
あったよ。私レムちゃんに相談してレムちゃんに言われたの。私にできることをやりなさいって。だから
それでもダメだ。もし昔の俺だったならここではいそうですかって言ってたかもしれないな。でも今は違うんだ。俺はシンなんだ。俺はレムちゃんから選ばれたんだ。
Seems like your old self was actually better. You're so obsessed now.
さっきも言ったろ。俺には使命がある。俺は俺でやらなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。
I guess, like, he said, like, he feels like he's worthless and stuff, right? Like, everyone gave up on him. So, basically having a mission, like, in his head is, like, having a purpose. Basically, like, he can't resign this because he will feel like trash again. That's what's going on, happening here with his character.
もうやめてよ。
ダメだ。
お兄ちゃん。
くどい。
At a complete impasse. One wishes to save their family, one desires to do their duty. Two anti-parallel motives that will never intersect at the common ground. The very words they speak differ, even if the words themselves represent identical ideas. The words differ as a whole at the conceptual level. It reminds me of the Old Testament parable of the Tower of Babel. Parable. The monolith, whose construction was struck down by God, but made men unable to speak the same language, forcing the tower construction to be abandoned. Different words, different nations, different cultures, different creeds. Even close friends can tell what the other friend truly thinks. It's inconceivable for anyone to be capable of expressing their feelings and observations with 100% fidelity. God confiscated verbal communication and replaced it with chaos. From that moment forth, impasses were born. Or perhaps none of us truly see things the same way. Perhaps none of us can truly see things the same way. Why did God do something this cruel? Hubris? Fear? Were those the seeds of this tragedy?
分かっただろう。今さら引き下がれないんだ。
Actually, split of the language and stuff. It was like actually pretty important like plot for Symphogear series. Finally managed to find the place where I can mention Symphogear again. Go watch it. There's not enough exposure on Symphogear.
それに俺には急務が与えられてるしな。
Anders glanced at me with one eye as he mentioned this. Is he talking about his business with me? I didn't realize he was that serious. I must say a little moved.
なんたって俺はレムちゃんから直々に重大な任務を与えられてるんだからな。
うんうん。ってえ
Okay. He was thinking about that business?
今回は重要な使命なのよなんて言ってさ。
Well, he did say something like that. So I guess that wink was one of those, hey, remember what I said at one time? Sort of things.
太陽と月が一緒になるその瞬間を俺は見つけなきゃいけない。
Oh, that was the same question that the girl had and she got it right. Andra's still searching for the answer. She's just going to give him an answer to, like, delete his purpose, isn't she? She's going to answer the question. Well, it's not like he gets it though.
それってレムちゃんの謎謎
Yeah. Okay.
それ聞かれたよ。
Yep, that was pretty easy.
そうなんだ。でもわからないだろ。
Nah,
わかったよ。
なんだと。
of course.
そうじゃないもん。レムちゃんも正解だって言ってくれたもん。
まあまあ、そういうこともあるわよ。気落ちしなさんな。
でね、正解者の私にはこれが与えられたんだ。
She takes out the disc as she speaks. Okay, so I don't remember if Yumi was checking some kind of disc in her hideout before. If she did, then this happened actually. But I don't remember this. Just a plain old unmarked run of the meal medium.
これを届けるメッセンジャーだって言われ。
ちくしょう。いいな。
She did check some kind of disc. Okay, so these events actually happened. Okay.
で、
お姉さん。
The girl points to me as she speaks.
あ、
そうそう、これを届けるためにここまでやってきたの。いろいろあって忘れる。
I take the disc she holds out. What's the meaning of all this?
中身は？
内緒。
So whatever is happening would not happen without her. Okay. So she's actually probably kinda important character that played a role in the background that we never knew about.
ちょっと、それはないでしょう。教えてちょうだいよ。
違うの、私も知らないの。レムちゃん教えてくれなかったから。
そうなんだ。
Are we ever like going to learn your name, by the way? Why don't we take a look for now? I stick the disc into the computer drive, but it doesn't read a single thing.
あれ？
Okay.
これって特殊なメディアなのかな？
私
に市販されているメディアなんかロゴみたいなのがついてるな。DW。
Do you know?
何 ?DW ディスクか。
知ってるの？
知ってるも何も。それは俺たちドローの間だけ流通してる独自の企画メディアさ。
Okay.
なんでそんなものがあるのよ。
ほら。
That's new info.
って完全会員制のクラブだろ。ウガのデータを持ち歩くときに流出しないように必然的に生まれたんだ。
They have their own format. Okay.
へえ、よく作れたわね。
まあ IC だらけの集まりだからな。中にはものすげえプロの技術屋もいたりする。
で、どうやって読み込むの？専用。
いや、あるツールをかましてあげればいいだけだ。ちょっと待ってろ。
Okay. Before long, Andra sends me a toolkit through the
あ
net.
りがたいんだけど、部外費なんでしょ？
何言ってんだよ。お前だってドローの一人だろ。
あ、
Okay. Sure. Completely forgot about registering.
それにたとえあんたが非会員だったとしてもレムちゃんのためだからな。それをレムちゃんが渡したってことはあんたが中身を見る必要があるってことだから。
ありがとう。
Okay. I run the tool and mount the disk. Good, it recognized it. Muchas gracias, Andras. All that's on the disk is a single video file. I scanned it just before to be safe, but it got no signs of viruses. Let's just open it for now.
ところで、
フラーロス。フラーでいいよ。
Okay, we just get her like handle name.
何？いつの間にそんな名前を？
いいからあんたは黙って。でね、クラウちゃん。さっきの謎だ。
When exactly did the sun and the moon become one?
日食と皆既月食。
Yep, pretty much. Oh, so that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is, exactly. During the solar eclipse, the moon goes between the sun and the earth. Is the phenomenon that causes the sun to appear hidden. The sun and the moon goes face to face. Basically, the sun and the moon meet before become one. But as for the lunar eclipse, the shadow of the earth from the sunlight falls onto the moon in the phenomenon that causes the moon to appear as if it's waning. It's a total lunar eclipse if it wanes completely. The heavenly bodies line up in the order of sun, earth, moon. In other words, this time the sun and the moon didn't touch. Is this disc? Is this the video that? Okay, wait. Isn't that the? So this video is probably the one that like shows the lunar eclipse from the past? I don't remember. Nah, never mind. I will just read. I will just read.
日食はともかく
I will just read.
皆既月食で太陽と月が一緒になるの？
だって一緒なんだもん。太陽と地球とお月様がほら、まるで3人でお手手つないでるみたいに。
Okay. Yeah, that explanation does make sense. Does it? Right, that's that thought comes to mind. Some sort of data suddenly starts downloading into my biocomputer without any intervention on my part. Wait, what? No, wait. I have been cracked? Me? The data's being uploaded from my computer? It's because of the disk? No way. I was positive there were no viruses or Trojans. Someone's shoving in foreign contaminants past all the protective barriers and into my most delicate parts. Don't tell me Lemchan would do this. No, that's not it. It's a little forceful, but it doesn't seem like an act of destruction. It feels like that feeling when someone pesters you about something. Like when a child throws a tantrum. Something gradually takes shape inside my head. From fuzzy vision to a clear image. My left cyber eye displays that image. Okay. So it was the video of lunar eclipse actually. I remember like she had the picture of the lunar eclipse that she made when she was like back in like road A. She made a photograph of the lunar eclipse, but we never got to see like actually her making a video or anything. So this is someone else's video? I don't remember her checking this. Huh. A total lunar eclipse. Projected as projected is an image of the crimson moon. Isn't this also the video I recorded? Wait, so she recorded the video. I thought it was just a picture. Okay, never mind. Okay. No, this is different. Something's definitely different here from the eclipse that's seen on that day. Okay, never mind, I'll just read. What is happening? Something I instinctively know. The future. This is image of the moon. There's a timestamp in the corner. So this is like the moon of the future? I do a double take. The reason why is because the date it shows this is 2003. Yeah, so that's probably like the last lunar eclipse. Okay. I don't remember that, but sure. The airspace. Oh, now is the mirror. Oh, I thought like we had the mirror scene before. That's the mirror scene. My bad. Also, I forgot which one is not a bad end. So I will just save. I think like dots, right? Yeah. Okay. He's not going crazy if we do just loading. And the Trinity. So now we are talking about the Trinity of lunar eclipses, I guess. The present that Lemchan sent to me through Frauchan, a video on a DW disk. Tiro, just as you would imagine, yep. This is off topic, but T is the 4th letter in the alphabet, W is the 23rd. Okay. The opposite of White Album too. This is significant. Wait, why this is significant? Because D is the fourth letter from the beginning of the alphabet, while W is the fourth letter from the end of the alphabet. Okay. This symmetry is called the mirror image relationship. Ah, interesting fun fact, I guess. It's off topic. Huh. What on earth could it been? It's an Eclipse video I shot that Lemchan had apparently left for me earlier. What on earth could it mean? She's trying to tell me that much is certain. It's Eclipse that I shot, so it was actually the one that you shot. So it's not the one from the future. Okay, never mind then. But why would she use such the roundabout method of telling me? Is to be inconspicuous? Was it a slow game-like process the only way she could do it to avoid getting caught? But caught by whom? Caught by my enemy, no doubt. But which enemy? Code, Exarch, Cyberforce, someone else? So many enemies. Edron had been constantly spying on us. Yeah, and you did jack shit to it. Like, you are just like, oh yeah, just spy on me. I have like 4 like different like companies like being my enemies, and I would just let like any of them spy on me because why the fuck not? Why this drone is still flying around? Like, he just shot it on spot. Drone was flying and he just shot it. I don't know. Maybe Yumi likes to be like being peeked or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like part of fetish or something. Does Lemchan not wants to be noticed by them? Could that enemy perhaps be the one manipulating that drone? I look at the 3 monitors lined up before me. 2 lunar eclipses images are displayed. Left image from my first video, Lemchan left for me, and we can skip a little bit. The right image is from the video on the DW disc Frau Chan brought me. Okay. An anomalously shot video. Oh, so this is actually someone else's video. Okay. Never mind then. No way, how? Let's recall our conversation with Frau Chan. I once heard this from Lemchan, she said.
ひょっとしたらスッキーやエンリル様の言っていた先進、ほら通信ってのは過去から未来に向かって伝わるものでしょ。
Okay, we learn once again about the future and the time travel.
マイナスの回、それは文字通りプラスの回とは真逆の性質を持った波なんだ。通常の過去から未来へ進む波に対してそれとは対照的に未来から過去に向かって進む波、それが先進波。
Advanced waves. Speaking of advanced waves and how do we advance after IO, let me know in the comments what you want me to play after IO. Maybe I will make vote pool, maybe not. Because IO is on the slot where I pretty much picked whatever I wanted for a while now. But who knows? Maybe I will make a vote pool. Or maybe I'll just pick something from your suggestions. If anyone watching this video actually.
時間を置いて伝わる普通の波を遅れて伝わる波、遅延波と呼ぶのに対して時間を遡って受信される波、先走って伝わってしまう波だからそう呼ばれるの。ちゃんと計算上では存在するのに、でももし何かしらの方法で遅延波だけを抑制することができたとしたら、
I could suppress, yeah, okay.
通常の物理法則の適用されない存在が干渉してきたら遅延波と
no, yeah, so basically he, cyberspace, God and stuff like this.
さっきみたいに音波や光といった波が音や映像がそれだけじゃない。
That's all theoretical sound but impossible to observe in practice, like an imaginary number. or like the formerly urban legend He. But just like He, this phenomenon has also appeared in the real world for some reason or other. If an entity to which normal physical laws do not apply were to intervene, what would that entity be? Applying the above through the experiments to the example of the lunar eclipse videos. The video on the left monitor is the retarded wave from the past, which would make the video on the right monitor the advanced wave from the future, wouldn't it not? Oh, and I can skip this a little bit again. Even memories are nothing more than faint electrical signals in the brain, nothing more than electromagnetic radiations, waves. What are my two sets of monitors if not another case of retarded waves and advanced waves? And? So is this consciousness I call my own? Also, if my memory from the future is correct, he also has dual consciousness. We became advanced waves and retarded waves, entities confirming to quantum theory, and in doing so have crossed the walls of time to finally reach this point. Okay, sure. And now we can skip a lot. And now suddenly a signal comes in. Okay. Huh? Already coming.
Yo! いるか?
Okay, Andras back. I remember this part. Oh, something's going to happen?
なんだアンドラスか。びっくりさせないでよ。
俺で悪かったな。
なんだよ。
ご挨拶だな。あんたに伝えておきたいことがあってな。
なに？ひょっとして愛の告白ですか？
バカ！ふざけんな！なんで俺がお前みたいなじゃじゃ馬に！
動揺してる動揺してる。
What do you mean, Andras? She's hot.
切るぞ！
ごめんごめん。で、なんなの？伝えて。
ああ、実はな、明日というかこれから俺たち
Okay. Operations. By we, he probably means cold. And the operations should be obvious.
今までにない大規模なやつを追った。
どうしても今なの？
ああ、エンリル様の決意は固い。
Why does it have to be at the most important time like now of all times? Maybe it's precisely because it's this time. Perhaps Enlil also knows what's about to happen.
もう間もなく満ちた月が赤く蝕まれる。その時、俺たちの力は極大に高まる。
Okay. Full moon will be devout in crimson before long. You know what it reminds me of? If we take, instead of like crimson like moon and stuff, we're going to make a sun and a comet. They're pretty much the Fire Nation waiting for the chosen comets to come by. Anyone watched Avatar The Last Airbender? They're just waiting for that one time when like their strength was going to be peak and then invade. Or actually attack the water tribe because the moon is going to be in the lunar eclipse. Same thing.
当然、あんたも知ってたんだろ？
ええ。
I knew it.
ことを起こすには今しかないのさ。
He's right, now is our only chance. In fact, this eclipse isn't just a total eclipse. Past, present, future, 3 lunar eclipses overlap for the unbelievable phenomenon. Sweat seeps out of my templates. The scope of the situation is growing beyond anything I had ever imagined.
場所は現代のバビロン。エクサークに癒着して汚染されきった政府に一撃を与える。長らく封印されてたコアのバックドアを開け放ち、内部から破壊していく。
Yeah, in the... Yeah, we did that in the B prime. Yeah.
ついにトロイが解放されるんだ。
What? But?
ひとつき。
なあ。
なんでそんなこと私に教えてくれたの？もしもバレたら。
そうだな。仲間にバレたら八つ咲きじゃ済まないだろうな。
Okay, so why are you telling us this?
だったらどう
武士の情け、エンリル様の教えだ。
Okay, sure.
あんたには怪我してほしくないから
ありがとう。
つうことだから、現場には決して近づくなよ。できればフラウを連れてどこか遠くへ。
Okay.
悪いけどそれはでき
Frau gonna die. Right? Frau gonna die.
なぬ？
私はこれから相棒とそこへ行かなくちゃいけないの。どうしてもやらなきゃいけないの。これまでやってきたことの
それがお前たちの使命なのか？
そうよ。
そうか。わかった。
Actually, wait, this is Eero. This is not like B Prime timeline. This is... When is this happening? Oh, right. We are going to... Yeah. No, wait. Where the fuck are we? Oh yeah, we're going to the undergrounds, to the door, and we are going for the staircase to meet with Marduk and Ashur. Yeah, I think.
じゃあ一つだけ。
あんたもね。
心配いらねえ。俺たちには神がついてるからな。エンリル様が。
私にもよ。私の相棒も神だから。
Pretty much.
なんだって？
Partner, someone I trust above all else, the one I confine above all others. My other half, no matter how far apart we are, no matter how distant between us.
それなら安心してやるか。くれぐれもあんたのナイトによろしくな。
伝えておくわ。
じゃあな。もう会うこともないだろ。
じゃあお互いに眺めましょう。
And live to see tomorrow's rising sun. So, Andra's gonna die or something. I don't know. Okay, so we have this. Oh, we had actually one of the like early bad endings here. Yeah, okay. Right, this is that part. But we're going to actually go through, I think, to the Enigma. So I was right. That was about the door and like meeting with Ashur and the Marduk. Okay, we have another choice, which I don't remember which did which. Did this even matter? I don't remember. I played this twice, so the first option was bad probably, so second option was better. Because there must be like someone inside of Enigma. That's the thing. Let's see this thing. Is there no other way? Is that the good option? Oh!
つまりこの中で裸で入ればいいわけだな。
That's new. Okay, sure. Now I understand why Muski's that way.
うん。まあそういうことだけど。
どうした？入らないのか？
Oh! Okay. Of course we had to include like Yumi being embarrassed because she's so like naked here or something, of course.
入るわよ。入るけど、服脱ぐわけだし。
Of course.
そんなことを。
私は気にするの。たくん、デリカシーのない男ね。
It's strange, it feels like I've been told that continuously in the past. Yeah.
そんな露出の多い服を着てる割に変なやつだな。
I mean, she's wearing plenty of clothes, but still.
あなただけには変って言われたくないわね。
ひょっとして自信がないのか？
Wow. Guess I hit the nail on the head.
うるさいわね。うるさいわね。そうよ。そうですとも。私は自分に自信がないのよ。
I don't know what you're talking about.
昔に比べてガリガリに肉がそげ落ちちゃって、足なんか折れそうなくらい細くなって、腰なんかこんなに骨張って。 私いろいろあったせいですっごく貧相で老け、その割に胸ばっかりこんなに張って
They really bring this up
しょう
again.
がないったら
This is important lore part, obviously.
もう最悪だよ。
You have to know that she went skin and bones outside of Booba. Booba just kept growing.
先ほども言ったが、だったらなぜそんな肌の出る服を。
仕方ないでしょ。いろいろ試してみて、こういうのが一番似合ったんだから。
Sure.
それに役割柄、動きやすくて体にフィットする服は都合が良かったの
And
よ。
also you look more like Ishtar with in this, because she pretty much wore pretty similar thing.
勢いに任せて私は何を
確かに似合ってるな。
そうですともそうですとも。私なんか今
聞こえなかったのか？
Okay.
似合ってるって言いました。
We have Keith flirting with Yumi scene.
それに、俺の蓄積してるデータによれば、お前のルックスは一般的に言って美人とかかっこいいとか言う。
Ishtar was actually dressed though. Yeah, true, but like stylish wise, it was kinda similar. She had like a coat as well. Ishtar had a coat.
だから、そう悲観するほどのものでも。ねえ。なんだ。
それ本当？
だから言ったろ。データによれば。
Wow.
データなんかどうでも
According to data.
あなたの意見が聞きたいの。
正直、そういう評価には自信がないのだが。
Wow.
かわいい。
Aw. Okay. In that instant, her face goes crimson for some reason.
思う。
I guess. Suddenly her Hagen KP7 crashes right into my head. It happened so suddenly that I didn't have time to dodge it, and it hits me right in the forehead. Okay, we have like actually some fun scene in the new Road E scenes behind the scenes before they went to Enigma.
何をするんだと。
バカしねえ。そんなの自分で考えろ。
Even though I ask her because I don't know what did she say idiot and die for, trying to understand the creatures known as women really is painful. Oh. You don't know, you don't know. You haven't seen White Album yet.
だったと服脱いで入りなさいよ。私は後で入るから。急ぎなさいよ。このノルマ、グズ。
わかった。わかったからそうわめくな。
Well, sheesh. What did I do to invoke her anger? But I think it'd be wise to just do what she said. I grab my jacket and instantly tear it off of my skin. My upper half is exposed as I'm literally open air.
ちょっとたま。
Wow.
向こう見てるから。私向こう見てるから。その間に済ませちゃって。
She makes no sense. I thought she'd see me naked many times whenever she treated my injuries, but, well, that's something that happened in the future. Yeah, pretty much. I take off my sunglasses, put away all my weapons, and take off all the remaining clothes of the lower half of my body. This might be the first time I've been so defenseless even since becoming Key. I feel terribly discouraged and very lonely, but it's not like I'll be this forever. I pull myself together and move my right foot towards the pod when... Okay. The most incomprehensible White Album 2 creature is that more of the protagonist though. Oh wow, we're bashing Haruki now?
なんだ。
Is she not done complaining? I'm getting tired of it. I think I might have gotten a lifetime worth of abuse in the third room already. When I turn around, her back is still facing me, naturally as I'm naked.
助かった。ちょっとは役に立った？
何を言ってる。一緒にいてくれてよかったよ。
本当に？
あ、サンキュー。
Okay. And I sink my body into the pod, and and there we dive. And we have again something. And I don't remember which one I picked, so I will just save again. I think I also did last time from the top to bottom, because I was not sure what's the meaning of like looking down from sky and like looking up at the sky from like this was the reality, I think, and this was like the imagination, like cyberspace. Okay, I don't remember exactly, but I will go with the second option because I think like that was the second playthrough. Oh, that's option I didn't have a chance to pick last time, I think. We said she wants to wake up because I thought like her telling to Hinata in his dreams that she wants to be saved is actually true, so I said like she wants to wake up, and we never checked what if she wants to remain asleep. I think we're going to do this and check the other like part. Maybe this is the bad end, maybe not, I don't know, but we'll find out. Let's see. Because we know like this is progressing the road E. So this is up, I think, bad end. Let's see. She wants to remain asleep. That's right, she wants to remain asleep. That's why she put herself inside this pod. But I have to wake her up. Please forgive me. Oh, so we're waking her up anyway. But our conviction is different, I think. That's the mindset difference here. Ah, okay. That didn't change much, it seems. Maybe it will change the ending or something, because we have like different mindset. Oh, and we have also this option, right. Somewhere we are not here. Again, option that we haven't picked before. So let's do that. For all I know, my body may not be here. Yep. Then where is it? Where is the seat of the soul? The monitor reflects of my anxious face. So basically like the first option was like believing that we as like data and stuff, like we exist, like the nulls exist. Like the self existence approval. But here like we are aware of like we may not be even here. So let's see. The monitor reflects my anxious face. Are you still there behind me? Are you watching over me? My upper stratum self. I don't know where you are. That's not what's important. But I know one thing for sure. I feel your existence. Your warmth, your warm rhythms of life. Ishtar finishes inputting a 9th passcode. And we continue inputting codes. And now the Clover, the 10th one. We took a lot of bald elves again. And Mutsuki wakes up. Okay, so nothing changes so far. Even though we did different option picked. Kinda weird. And we are back to just ending? Oh no, this is a sequence where like he is getting like information from the ward and stuff. Yeah. And then it's going to be like Ishtar doing her like light quantum computer thing. I'm just going to cut this, like skip this, because it's copyrighted. Oh. Okay. And Ishtar found like the ward. Okay, that's new. Let's see. Ishtar plunges into the space as if guided by the light. He follows right after her, but there is no ward there. Oh. As if they had no place to return to from the start. Did they mess up the end conditions? Did they lose sight of the return address? Or is this place of concept that doesn't even exist? Yeah, so basically, like, we are here is the option, because am I even there is not an option, because they have no bodies. Like, they are dead, they are nulls, so they have nowhere to go back. That makes sense to me. If that's actually what that means. Why? 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 More spaces. There's no answer, just disbursement. Consciousness that are beginning to slowly lose their autonomy. Okay, even now they are descending and ascending the endless spiral labyrinth. So they're trapped in the endless staircase, I think. Never to reach out, never to log out. Okay, yeah, so, wow, we almost filled up all of the E-Road. Holy crap. An update. But we didn't reach the ending. I think like we're supposed to reach ending. So, yeah, that was the bad end. Let's see really quick in the playing log what that was. That was the road E. Infinite loop. Yeah. Wait, but we have all the road E endings. Oh, we are trying to... Yeah, we have A prime, B, C, D, so we are trying to find out the E prime unlock, I think. Okay. So... I'll just continue and do the options that gives us the good ending, or at least continue. I will go with this for now, and I will go with this. Let's see if that changes something. Okay, the other option that continues the game, and we have another option that I never clicked before. I forgot we played this only once. I managed to get it like for the first try, so I think I kinda managed to do good in the first playthrough. The word we must return to is all of them is obviously a good choice because they're like fragmented data basically. But let's see if we pick just one. What's going to happen? Ishtar plunges that space as if guided by light. Oh, this is just the bad end. Okay, never mind. My bad. Okay, let's go to all of them. Let's see if anything changes. We just got the end, and we have another cluster, so after credits scene for the road E. And nothing again. Okay, so at this point I'm confused on what I'm supposed to do. Like, I have a feeling like I'm being baited into thinking that there's like ending here because they said that I unlocked stuff in the E-Road. But I feel like I'm being baited at this point, and these are just like extra flavor scenes that I can watch. So we are not aiming for any additional endings here. I don't know. I think like I may try to like skipping other roads and pick other options, see like what changes. Like we have like a lot of like things on like road A and B that are like not clicked yet. So we can check this. But I think I will do this in the other episode or something. Don't you have another option in E? I don't think so. Okay, chat is suggesting that I have another option in E, so I will just try and see at the start. Oh, at the start. Right. Chat is right. I forgot. We have two options in the beginning of the road E. So I go to Defrag. I totally forgot. That was the thing. And there it is. The option that was unlocked. First and the second one. True.